is funk. Thoughts deep, boys steeped in the depths that he sunk. Big stress, depressed in the middle of fall. Sky gray, I late in the thick of it all. I wonder, how long can a human survive just staying alive or carrying the rest of the tribe? Waiting for the day to arrive or struggling dies, and I be doing way, way more than getting by. So why? Cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Realize life is so much more than just living a day. Every day I can sit and reflect and breathe and connect to myself and all that I've been given. See, giving up is not an option. So when I'm looking at gray skies, I'll be adopting a new way to deal with a test. Lord, relieve me of stress. The rain be looking like what blessings dropping. And so I cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, here we go. Yeah.
Let's do this. Y'all ready?
1, 2, 3. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Appreciate you tuning into the stream. I am Urban. We are going to continue the series of reviewing the lies he told. All right. So I'm projecting that we should be able to finish the rest of these chapters today. Yeah, we should be able to finish them today because they're like I say, she only have like a total of 20 videos there. I think she got 3 bonus videos after that. So we should be able to finish it today. Yeah, especially since I'm started early. Yeah, we should be able to do it. But I do got like other stuff I have to attend to today. So Well, yeah, I think we can handle it. All right. But anyway, appreciate y'all tuning into the stream. Everyone in the chat, or my good old moderator Scorpio Constance, what's up with it? Salute to y'all. Good morning. Hope y'all had a nice cup of coffee. I have. I'm good. I'm ready to go. And everyone else who are watching the live right now and in the bushes, appreciate you like always for tuning in, and everyone who are going to catch the replay of this as well too. Thank you so much. And everyone who's sharing out the stream as well, because it does help the channel out. Salute to you. Appreciate you. So, and in the first half of this, we really learned a whole lot about old Jillian. All right, we really learned that she ended up meeting this dude at a restaurant. This dude apparently worked at the one restaurant. The dude apparently was a manager at the restaurant. She decided to get this dude played instantly, because I guess allegedly this dude was trying to shoot a shot with her or whatever. So she ultimately ended up having a one night stand with this dude, and then after the one night stand, she said allegedly that COVID happened, right? That as COVID was happening, he ended up moving in with her, and with the process of moving in with her, she ended up getting pregnant. Then after that, she need to after that, she began to discover a whole lot of lies that the dude was telling her. All right, so we are going to pick up on where we left off at, and Constance asked her, "Urban, what chapter we on now?" We're on chapter 11 now. All right, we're on chapter 11. So we're on chapter 11, and we're gonna see what she had to say about this. So if you're ready for this, make sure you hit that like button as you come on into the house. Appreciate it a whole lot. It does help the channel out a whole lot. So let's go on, jump into this and see what Jillian had to say. All right. Last night, I ain't lying, she was kind of triggering me a little bit because she was sitting up here lying like ain't nothing. But let's go ahead.
Part 11, the lies he told. So he makes it to the hospital. He has relieved Coco. She's headed out. I believe she had to go to work that day, but we truly appreciated her coming through. Shout out to you, Coco.
Shout out to Coco.
He gets on the phone. He calls my parents. He calls my job. He lets everybody know what has happened. And he's there. He's present. At that time, he was the husband that I needed him to be. It came back that I had broke my ankle in 3 different places. I knew.
But before she continued, let me ask the one ladies this, okay? Let me ask y'all this. All right. What is y'all definition of the husband that he need for you to be? How do that look like to y'all? How do that look like to y'all? Is that something that's attainable? Is it something that's unrealistic? Is it something that's realistic? How does that look like? Because throughout my years of dating, right, I never per se had a revelation to where I needed a woman to be a certain type of way. All right. Once again, I never had that like revelation that I needed a woman to be a certain type of way. All right. But however, I do have the expectation that wherever woman I was dating or in a relationship with, I had the honest expectation that she'll be a grown woman and know how to handle mature situations. Okay. That was it. I didn't have this streamline of requirements. She, there's like, what's out there right now in this space where she got to be fit, friendly, submissive, and all that good old stuff, and she had to be successful. She had to do all this stuff. To be honest with you, I really didn't have that type of requirement. The only thing is that I just wanted her to behave like a grown, mature woman and be able to handle tough situations, because whenever you're in a relationship, that's what's going to happen. You're going to deal with tough situations. We're going to have tough conversations as well too. It's going to happen, but we have to be mature enough to make mature decisions, mature, rational decisions. That's all I'm looking for. That's all I'm looking for. I'm a type of man, to be honest with you. I'm that type of man that looks per se don't matter to me. I'm that type of man where normally looks don't matter. But for different other things, it don't matter to me. Like whether she's successful or not, they don't matter. Whether she's educated or not, it didn't matter to me. Long as she was mature enough. That's all that really mattered to me. So even in my dating experiences, right, I had dated all kind of different type of women. I had dated women those as fine as Beyonce. I had dated average as best women. I had dated women who was petite mean that they beyond skinny. I did date women who had normal body weight. I did dated big women. I did dated all kinds of women. I did dated women of different nationalities besides black women. I did that. Been there, did it. But the thing about it is that I never had a quote unquote requirement. You know what I'm saying? Versus why I hear other people is saying like, well, I have the requirement for him to be a husband. Well, if that be the case, then how does that look? Is that something that you express to him? How does that look? And on top of that, is it something that's realistic or is it unrealistic? That's all I'm asking. Constance, she said, Urban, to be honest with you, I'll be really real with you, but I ain't married, so I just cannot answer that question. And that is a good response. That's a good mature response, and that's what I'm talking about right there. That's having that maturity in you. That's to understand. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that matters to me. As long as you're mature enough to handle things that come our way, whether it's good or bad, then we can move. We can move. All right. But let's continue.
All of us knew that surgery was going to have to happen. Surgery had to happen before I had the baby. This happened mid-October, and I was scheduled to give birth on November 15th. I don't do C-sections, guys, so, and that might be a little TMI, but I did not know that I wasn't going to make it to November 15th. First baby, I made it full term. I actually had him a week late. So with this baby, it was different. I went into my provider. They let me know, hey, we're going to have surgery scheduled. I think I fell like on a Tuesday, and surgery was I think surgery was that following Tuesday, like the next Tuesday. So I was in a splint at home for a while. I went to the hospital. I had the surgery. He was there when I woke up. He made sure everybody knew that I was fine. And we went home. Now, I lived in a townhouse, so everything was on the second floor. Where things started getting shaky for me, and when I noticed that this probably wasn't going to be a nice ride moving forward because I was immobile, I could not make it up the stairs. I was a lot bigger than him at the time, and there was no way that he could carry me up the stairs. So guys, I had to use my arm strength to get up the stairs, one stair at a time, pulling myself with my upper body strength. It was hurtful. It was painful because I was pregnant. He still continued to go to work. He never stayed at home with me. He never told his boss like, hey, my wife needs me at home. I just really sat there and had to figure out life on my own.
So let's talk about this now. So now her argument is that she wanted this dude to go on FLMA with her. She wanted this dude to stay at home with her the whole entire time. Now keep in mind that she haven't had the baby yet. All she had was surgery because she had injured herself. Okay, so she painting this story that now this dude is not being a husband to her because she wanted him to cater to her while she was injured. While she was injured. So that is a what moment, just like what Constance said.
What?
That's a what moment for real. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier about expectations and unrealistic expectation. That particular thing right there is a unrealistic expectation because somebody need to work. Somebody need to be a provider. And here's another thing too. Even though that she needed to get up the stairs or wherever, I don't know if they lived in a upstairs, downstairs type of house or apartment, whatever it is, because she didn't reveal that. But let's say that was the case, right? She could have, to be honest, she could have just stayed downstairs the whole entire time. To be honest, while she's recovering. I'm just being real about it. This is what she could have did. If not, if she didn't want to do that, she wanted to be hard-headed, stubborn, and want to do all this stuff, then that's on her. She choosing to do that. That dude don't have nothing to do with that at all. Period. But yeah, that's unfair for her to say that he need to want to stay at home with her while he need to work. So then the next thing would be that if he stayed at home, right? If he stayed at home, then how he's going to make money? Because his job is not going to grant him FLMA. And here's another thing too. In the last chapters and stuff, right? She had revealed to us that he started a new job. So by him starting a new job, he is not going to even qualify to go on to FLMA anyway. He's not. Because he had to pass his probation period, which is typically, depending on the company, it could either be 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days. Okay? So he's not going to even qualify to even be on FLMA because he haven't even been on the company that long to do it anyway. So what did she expect in that situation? I'm just saying. Hell, could have been me, he would have had to get a job. Yep. This woman said crazy shit. She should have made that man work while she was pregnant. Yep, I agree. But let's continue.
I still had to go to my appointments at the doctor. So when I went to the doctor, to my OBGYN told me within the next 2 weeks, because that's when I had a OBGYN, the next appointment. And she told me, she said, hey, you're only 2 centimeters dilated. I said, I'm dilating already? I said, the baby ain't due though till like November 15th. She was like, yeah, well, you 2 centimeters dilated. She said, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you gonna have these Braxton Hicks. So just, deal with it. I mean, I know that you're in pain because of your ankle, but it is what it is. And during this time, I had a knee scooter. So I was like, all right, I'm going to deal with it. And so I'm still inching myself up the stairs every now and again. I went to the doctor on a Wednesday. That night at 11 o'clock, my water broke. I was about to get ready to have that baby. He was at home. And the way that he handled it, it broke my heart. He was in more of a panic and an attitude than I could ever be. I was so calm. I called my grandma. I called my mom and I said, y'all, my water just broke. I'm about to get ready to have this baby. They said, and you can't walk? I said, I can't walk. I can't get down the stairs. Called the ambulance. 4 of the most gracious men came and they said, we're not going to drop you. We got you. I was so scared. I had so much anxiety because I had already had anxiety from falling down those stairs, and to be taken down on a stretcher, pregnant, water broke, my husband all over the place, just a lot. I didn't even have my bag packed to go to the hospital. So,
So how's that his fault that y'all didn't have a to go bag already packed? Now, now, throughout the predators I dealt with my children, we already had that set. We had a to go bag, we had a emergency plan and everything already set for every possible situation. Now I could understand the dude, kind of panicking. He really don't know what to do because this is his first official child, so he don't know how to deal with that type of situation, especially if he wasn't going to none of the appointments or y'all never attended classes, because in the other one chapter she never revealed that they went to different pregnancy classes that they have available. They'll teach both men and women how to handle that situation, how to stay calm in that situation. You know what I'm saying? She never mentioned that they did that. Okay, so it's normal behavior for him to to react like that. Okay, so we're not going to sit up here and try to vilify this dude because of a normal human response. Now it'd be different if he would sit up there cussing you the hell out, and it'd be different. Your water would have broken. That dude would have went to the club, stuff like that. That's something totally different. But the dude was there. So what did you expect for him to do? All right, but let's continue.
Make it to the hospital. During COVID, there were certain restrictions. There was no way that it took my husband 4 hours to get to me while I was sitting in a room by myself going through those contractions. I have no idea where that man was for 4 hours.
Wait a minute. So all of a sudden, this dude just disappeared for 4 hours? Wait, what the, huh? So you mean to tell me that after when they took you to the hospital, this dude does all of a sudden does ninja vanish on you for 4 hours? Second of all, one thing I know for sure is this. I know that whenever women is dealing with pregnancy and they start dilating like that, they're not thinking about nothing but the pain that they dealing with right now. They're not worrying about what the dude is at. They're not worrying about what people talking about and all that. They're not worrying about that. They only thinking about the pain that they are dealing with right now. Now, based on what she said, she's dealing with double pain. The pain of her alleged ankle being broken or whatever, had to have surgery, and having the pain of giving birth at the same time. So she's not. So you mean to tell me she's sitting up here thinking about all this stuff? Oh my God, I'm in pain. I'm in pain. I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with that. Where's he at? She wasn't thinking about that. That lady lying, y'all. She's lying like ain't nothing, as usual, to try to paint this dude as the villain. But let's continue.
No idea. I sat in the room, and it was like the emergency room. So I sat there by myself, having those contractions. They could not give me anything. They could not.
What the? So she sat in an emergency room. They didn't give her a bed. What? Then again, I take that back. It is COVID. So maybe during that time they probably didn't have no beds for her. So I mean I could see that.
Not give me anything because I was on blood thinners. I did not have an epidural. I had that baby just as natural, and I suffered through all of those things. All of those things. They finally put me in a room. There was no doctor in the room, but there was a nurse in the room and a nurse that was in training in the room. At around 3:30, my beautiful baby boy popped out with no doctor in that room and rolled on that bed. And he was at the bottom of the bed to catch it. And as soon as he caught that baby, he fell out. Fell out.
What? Oh, wait a minute. What?
What? What?
Hold up, man. I know I... Hold up, man. Nah. Hold up.
Those things. All of those things. They finally put me in a room. There was no doctor in the room, but there was a a nurse in the room and a nurse that was in training in the room. At around 3:30, my beautiful baby boy popped out with no doctor in that room and rolled on that bed.
What the? She said that her beautiful baby had popped out. She didn't push him out. That dude just shot out. That dude shot out like a rocket. That dude shot out of her coochie and rolled on the bed. How in the hell is that possible? How in the hell is that possible? Now, those of y'all who been to hospitals, right? Y'all know good and well that the hospital beds is what? It is enough room for one person. That bed can fit only one person. Normal hospital beds, or what you call a individual bed, okay, where it's only enough room just for that one person. So you mean to tell me that she sit up there, had her legs open, right? The baby shot out and rolled all the way on that bed. That bed do not have room for that baby to roll, first of all. Second of all, how the world the baby is going to roll when the baby have the umbilical cord? Third of all, whenever a woman is given pregnant to the baby, right? When the baby is coming out, the baby normally comes out head first. So when you're pushing that baby out, that baby comes out head first. Then when the baby finally come out, the baby is not going to roll out. So what in the hell is she talking about? Unless I'm missing something, ladies in the chat. Am I seeing this wrong? Because just like I say, I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids, and I've been to every last one of their births. I was there in the room witnessing every last one of their births, and I never in my life seen that mama push the baby out and the baby just popped on out and it rolled. I never seen that. So what in the hell is she talking about? What's she talking about? Then what's even more ridiculous, y'all, is that like on this TikTok, right? It's people on here that sit up here that's condoning her. They sit up here talking about, oh my God, he's disgusting. They say you leaving comments talking about he would be kicked out the hospital and he being disrespectful, that bastard, all kind of crazy stuff. My heart is out for you. And are they not hearing what we heard? This fool here wild in the mud, talking about that baby rolled out. What the God dang. Hold up, man. She wilding out for real.
I had an epidural. I had that baby just as natural. And I suffered through all of those things. All of those things. They finally put me in a room. There was no doctor in the room, but there was a nurse in the room and a nurse that was in training in the room.
Then on top of that, she's talking about the nurse in the room, right? She talking about the nurse being in the room, right? It was an actual nurse in the room and a nurse in training. She trying to talk as though as both that nurse and the nurse in training is incompetent because it wasn't her actual OGBYN doctor wasn't there at the time. They are trained to handle that situation. So even if they was in that room and they knew that you was dilated, right? They was monitoring you the whole entire time. So stop lying. Stop lying. This is, like I say, this is becoming the lie she tells. That's what it's becoming. That's what it's given on the cool, though. So stop lying. Them nurses there, they'll sit up here monitor you the whole entire time. Them nurses will sit up there and that doctor say, hey, I don't have to be up in there. She gonna give this natural birth. Look, y'all can handle it. It's COVID. Y'all can handle this. So they was there. And she pushed that baby out, but she said that baby popped on out and rolled on the bed. Like, what the hell?
At around 3:30, my beautiful baby boy popped out with no doctor in that room and rolled on that bed.
But the nurses was there, y'all. Keep in mind.
And he was at the bottom of the bed to catch it. And as soon as he caught that baby, he fell out. Fell out. And so I'm crying. I'm trying to, get myself together.
Wait a minute. Who fell out? Was it him, the dude, the father? Hold up.
Out. Fell.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
There was no doctor in the room, but there was a nurse in the room and a nurse that was in training in the room. At around 3:30, my beautiful baby boy popped out with no doctor in that room and rolled on that bed. And he was at the bottom of the bed to catch it. And as soon as he caught that baby, he fell out.
What? What? Hold up, man.
What?
Hold up, man.
What?
It's just fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
Hold up, man. Hold up. Hold up. So you mean to tell me that you said that it was 2 nurses in that room, right? You mean to tell me that the nurses wasn't monitoring you want to have a contraction so you was getting ready to give birth? You mean to tell me that the nurses that stood there while you and your baby daddy was sitting up there? He was sitting at the foot of the bed. So you mean to tell me that he was the one who helped gave birth to the baby? He was there at the edge of the bed and he was there to catch the baby? Is that what you said? But in her words, he didn't catch the baby because the baby popped out. She said, popped out and rolled on the bed. And so she said, oh, he caught the baby, right? And he fell out. Hell, I would have fell out too if you talking about the baby shot out like a rocket and you seeing all this blood and gooey stuff gushing all out and things. Hell yeah, I popped out. That looked like a horror movie at this point. Look like a damn horror movie. So heck yeah, you're passed out because that's unnatural. There's something wrong with your coochie because it don't supposed to do that. It don't. You're supposed to push the baby out, not shoot it out like you taking a dump. I'm just saying, unless I'm missing something. Unless I'm missing something, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. The more I listen to this, the more crazy it sounds on the cool though. Golly. And she said the baby rolled over in the bed. Like, I'm telling you, like, what the hell? God dang. Yeah, I just seen a lot there. Yeah, I seen all my children born. Every last one of them, I was there when they was born. My youngest daughter, right? My youngest daughter, she didn't have a natural birth. My youngest daughter had a C-section. So I even seen a C-section. I seen them cut her mama's stomach open and pull her right on out. I seen that too. I didn't fall out or nothing like that. I like, dang. That's what y'all do with C-sections? So I seen it all. But if you're not used to that, then dudes will pass out. Dudes will go gangrene because you're seeing all this blood. Then not that too is that it's unusual because like you'll see this. See, the woman be having this blood, but also it'd be like super thick. It'd be like super thick like jello, when it be coming all out and stuff, right? Then after when the baby give birth, after they cut the umbilical cord or whatever, you have to remove the placenta, and the placenta look like a beef brisket, a bloody beef brisket and things. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not used to seeing all that, then it's gonna freak you out. For real, it is. It literally is. But I was used to that because I was there through the classes and everything, seeing videos of it and all kind of stuff. So I was already prepared for what to expect. But this goes a lesson for the dudes out there. If you know what I'm saying, if you say that you want to be a real father and stuff, real fathers would be there witnessing the birth of their children because that's you taking responsibility. You'll be there the whole entire time, seeing the whole process unfold, the whole entire time, all of it. You should be there to You should be there to cut the umbilical cord and all the stuff there, because that's what I did. After gave birth, cut the umbilical cord and everything. They even let me slap all my children on the booty to make them cry. Like, hey, like here, you can do the honest and slap her on the booty to make her cry. I'm like, I'm gonna hurt them. Y'all gonna hurt them. Like, slap. Yeah, like, see, I heard them. I'm like, girl to cry because I'm thinking I'm hurting them. I done did it all. Been there, did that. Cause to talk about what is this football? I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. I know her story crazy as hell now. That's why you have compassion for us. Like, yeah, I do my best, Scorpio. I really do. But she over here tripping for real. So per talking about punting the baby out of her coochie and old boy. Then literally her baby daddy was the doctor, and he the one who helped her with the birth. And what the hell? Nurses are sitting up there chilling.
Fell out. And so I'm crying. I'm trying to, get myself together, because now everybody rushing in the room. Doctors coming in. Everybody, they like, oh my God, oh my God. So they're putting the baby under the light or whatever that is to the right.
So everybody started rushing in the room. What happened to the two nurses that was in there? You said that it was a nurse and a nurse in training there. What happened to them? They just all of a sudden disappeared? Huh? That even when that situation would happen, old dude said that she's getting ready to give birth or whatever and stuff, right? Why he doesn't run out there and tell her, hey, she figured out give birth, y'all need to be up here. But the normal, see, that's why I'm saying she lying on this. I don't care if it's COVID or not. They still have a process a protocol that they follow when women are giving birth. When they know that a woman has already dilated, normally on the average, to my understanding, when a woman dilates up to about 5 centimeters, they are up in that room and they're not going nowhere. When she get at least about 5 centimeters, they are there. They're not going nowhere. They're monitoring her the whole entire time because they know she's figuring ready to give birth. They're not going to just step out the room and go have a cup of coffee and treat other patients. They're not going to do that. And I don't care if it was COVID going on. They going to be there because that's part of their procedure. So I don't know what she talking about.
And they come to me and they said, ma'am, your husband is going to be okay. And I looked and I said, what you mean my husband going to be okay? They said he fell out. I had no idea that none of this had happened. I said, what you mean he had fell out? Do y'all know when that bitch came back in that room, he looked at me and he said, I can't even look at you right now because I saw you with all of your insides hanging out of your body. And
So why this dude got to be a bitch though? Because he passed out. Because once again, this dude had experienced something that he never experienced before. And I mean, technically speaking, let's be real about it, it kind of do look like that. When you give her birth and you see that for the first time, it honestly looked like a woman whole insides that came out, looked like her intestines and everything came out from a man's perspective. But women, y'all don't see that, okay? That's why I'm trying to let y'all know that y'all don't see the part that the nurses and the doctors and if your baby daddy and or husband is watching it, y'all don't see that because y'all too busy giving birth. Y'all too busy listening to the doctor telling you when to push. Because y'all can't look down there at your coochie and see that baby coming out. You can't see it at all, period. Or even when you have a C-section, you cannot see it because they get that blanket or whatever, they'll cover your head up and everything where you can't see nothing. Even when you give it birth, you got this big old belly in front of you, you can't even see you pushing the baby out. But we can. We can see all that. So where people are looking at that, right, your baby daddy and or husband and the doctors and the nurses, when they say that, they see a totally different point of view. So yes, it's going to look weird. It's going to look disgusting. It's going to look like, what's the name of that movie? Saw. It's going to look like a Saw movie, like Jigsaw and chopped up your insides. It's literally going to look like that for real. It is. And if you're not used to that, yes, you're going to pass the hell out because it's going to look weird. But she set up here calling this dude a bitch because he fell out and stuff, because she wanted this dude to be a man and just take it. He wanted this dude to be used to something that he ain't even used to, that he never experienced before. Now, I don't understand if he experienced this, but clearly he haven't. But you sit up here talking down on this dude and trying to paint this false narrative on him.
Because now everybody rushing in the room, doctors coming in, everybody, they like, oh my God, oh my God. So they're putting the baby under.
And then they sit up here. I never heard a damn doctor rush into the room to say, oh my God, oh my God. I never heard that. I never in my life heard that. Never. So she set up here over exaggerating this story. Oh my God, the baby is here? I didn't know the baby is here. Nah, like ain't nothing. Hey, ladies who are watching right now, this is y'all homegirl talking right now. This is your homegirl telling the story.
Because now everybody rushing in the room, doctors coming in, everybody, they like, oh my God, oh my God. So they're putting the baby under the light or whatever that is to the right. And they come to me and they said, ma'am, your husband is going to be okay. And I looked and I said, what you mean my husband going to be okay? They said he fell out. I had no idea that none of this had happened. I said, what you mean he had fell out?
Wait, hold up. Hold up, man. Hold up. I just thought about something else too. Didn't she not say earlier that after she punted the baby out like a football, right? And the baby rolled on the bed. Didn't she not say after that he had picked up the baby? And right after he picked up the baby, he fell out. So what the hell is she talking about? Now she's up here talking about that she didn't know that he fell out. Well, you just told us that he fell out earlier after catching the baby. Hike, he caught the baby. He caught this bloody baby. And then he fell out. You said that earlier. You said it. Now all of a sudden, I'm just so oblivious. I didn't even know that even happened. I didn't know that happened. What do you mean? Oh, he's just a pump bitch. What the hell? What is she talking about? Oh my God, Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. We haven't even got through point 11, y'all. Normally we've been done with, we'll be in there like at point 15 by now, but I'm sitting up here struggling with point 11 right now, y'all. I'm really, man, I am so trying so hard, y'all. Oh my God, what the Lord Jesus. And Constance right. She said, man, Irby, it is too damn early in the morning for this. You right. It is too early in the morning, for real. This girl here wilding out. This girl's wilding out, for real. Damn.
To, get myself together, because now everybody rushing in the room, doctors coming in, everybody, they like, oh my God. So they're putting the baby under the light or whatever that is to the right.
So the baby, so they didn't want to take the time out to clean the baby up or nothing like that? They didn't take time out to cut the umbilical cord. So the umbilical cord is still hanging out your coochie, huh, at this moment? Umbilical cord is still hanging out your coochie. They haven't even pulled out the placenta yet or nothing like that, huh? Man, say, from the words of late Kevin Samuels, I can't make this shit up at all, y'all. Can't make
It's just fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
And they come to me and they said, ma'am, your husband is going to be okay. And I looked and I said, what you mean my husband going to be okay? They said he fell out. I had no idea that none of this had happened. I said, what you mean he had fell out? Do y'all know when that bitch came back in that room, he looked at me and he said,
well, hold up, man. I'm struggling on the level for y'all. I am trying my very, hold up, y'all. Let me let y'all know I'm serious. Look, I am trying my best to get through this, y'all. I really am. But I just keep catching this girl in her lie. I do. Oh, I'm trying my best to get through this. Now she stood up here and said this. She said that the dude came back into the room. So you mean to tell me that after when he caught the baby, After when he allegedly fell out, this dude just magically teleported out the room with the baby in his head, with the umbilical cord attached. And all of a sudden, he appeared, all of a sudden, he just walked back into the room. What the hell? What happened? What happened to the baby? How did he get from standing by the bed? How did he get from standing outside the bed, teleported outside with the baby, with the umbilical cord and all that stuff still attached to your coochie, back and walking back into the room? Make it make sense, y'all. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm set up here overanalyzing this, or I need to make this be face value for what it is, that it does a story she telling, or I don't know, but this story here does. Oh my Lord Jesus. Lord, I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. 11 really getting me, y'all. 11 is really getting me, for real, y'all. I ain't lying.
I said, what you mean he had fell out? Do y'all know when that bitch came back in that room, he looked at me and he said, I can't even look at you right now?
He came back in the room. That dude fell out with the baby, teleported out of the room, walked back into the room. It said he can't even look at you. Then some magical way, all the doctors came rushing to the room to grab the baby. What the hell?
Because I saw you with all of your insides hanging out of your body. And that disgusts me. That disgusts me. And after hearing him say that, my whole world shut down. One of the most beautiful times of my life was a complete joke and a complete insult at that point. That man got on that couch to the left of my bed and he slept for the rest of the night. And I sat up and I looked at that beautiful baby. And I knew then that this marriage was not going to last longer.
So what did you want this dude to do? What do you want him to do? He slept there the whole night to be with you, to be with y'all child, not your baby. That's not. I meant to say that too. I forgot all about that, y'all. Let me give y'all this disclosure, women. Let me give y'all this disclosure from a man. It is not y'all damn baby, okay? Say this again. It is not your damn baby. All right? It is not. It's not your baby. What do I mean? You did not go through the whole process of creating this baby by yourself. Period. You needed a man's sperm in order for it to be asserted to your egg in order to give life to this precious soul. So I have a pet peeve when women say that. This is my baby. No, it is not your baby. It is y'all baby. It's you and your baby daddy and or husband child. That is y'all child together. So stop saying that bull crap. It's my baby. My. Then to top it out, the only time when it be the man baby is whenever that child have behavior issues. Kid you not, can't make this shit up. Whenever the baby have behavior issues, come get your baby. Nah, B, you said it was yours. You said it was your baby. You said it was your baby. So deal with your baby. It ain't my baby. It's your baby. Right? If that's how the way we're gonna go there, right? But now, this is not your baby by yourself. You just sit up here and gave birth, had a sperm and all the stuff on. You acting like a reptilian and both inserted the sperm and the egg all at the same time and gave birth. No. You needed a man to procreate that baby. So stop saying that. Stop saying my baby. It is y'all baby. I don't care if you're in a good terms with your baby daddy or not. Stop saying that. Stop it. Because what's going to happen is that child going to end up growing up, and that child going to start recognizing that you have an issue with their father. That's what caused the toxic situations. That's what causes toxic situations. Then your child hearing you saying the same thing, my baby, my baby, my baby. Like you just in total possession of that child by yourself. Cut it out. Stop it. Those retarded, my baby.
At all. Because how could you say that to me after having your first
Katie,
your
salute,
first
welcome.
baby? How could you say that to somebody? You gagging, you making the same, doing that. Why?
Oh my God. Lord Jesus. Help this. Lord, help this sister. Once again, the dude was doing that because he was witnessing having a birth for the first time ever. So if he's not used to that, then it's going to happen. It's going to happen. All right. Calm down. It's not that darn serious. Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord.
I knew then that this marriage was not going to last longer at all. Because how could you say that to me after having your first baby? How could you say that to somebody? You gagging, you making the same, doing that while telling me. That's the most fucked up thing that you could tell a mother that just could have lost her life for bringing life. How could you?
Bro, golly, oh my God. Here we go now. Here we go with the I could have lost my life and given birth to a child and stuff. Oh, Jesus.
You do that? I'm on a knee scooter still. My ankle, messed up. He left that next morning and he went to work.
As you should.
I was there by myself with the nurses. And I knew that I was in good hands because I was at the hospital. You always in good hands when you.
Hey, she said she's in good hands with Allstate on them boys, y'all. I'm in good hands with Allstate.
At the hospital. But shout out to those nurses because they helped me. I appreciate that. So he would come back after.
So all of a sudden now the nurses helped her. After the fact that she said the nurses was standing right there and he the one who caught the baby after the baby rolled down the bed. All right, gotcha. That's what's up.
After he got off of work and everything, but it wasn't the same because he told me prior that he had FMLA. Then
wait a minute, how he said he had FLMA when he just started his job? He cannot get FLMA when you start a new job because he doesn't qualify for that. Lord Jesus. But oh my God. Oh my Lord. But that was chapter 11, y'all. Normally, we'll probably be in on chapter 15 by now, but your boy was struggling on 11, for real. I ain't lying. Oh my God. Because she was up here cutting up on 11, for real. Just like I say, this video, she said the lies he told, man, The only thing that so far I could agree with her on about the lies that he did told was him lying about his alleged baby mama situation. You know what I'm saying? I can understand that part if that story is in fact true. So I could agree with her on that, but everything else ain't on him. It's really on her. It's really on her. I'm just saying, she the one who over-exaggerating the story, lying on the story, to lie to paint this dude out to be this horrible person. And on top of that, see, one other thing too is that, once again, with Reese's situation, I agree that Legion was not only a pathological liar, but I also agree that Legion was a sociopath. 100%. 100% I agree on that. I do. 100%. But her story This dude is not a pathological liar. He may be a compulsive liar to protect himself, but he's not a pathological liar, first of all. Second of all, this dude do not have any type of mental disorders whatsoever. This dude has been a pookie, to be honest with you. Call it for what it is. This dude has been a straight up pookie. It is what it is. But she chose this pookie. She chose them. She did. And so now she's sitting up here telling this story as though it's this dude that's the whole villain in the story again. But But let's part 12.
Part 12, the lies he told. So I contacted the job, his manager at his job, and they did not know that I had the baby.
Why are you calling his job now? Oh my God. Well, why are you calling his job? Once again, on a couple of parts ago, she said that this dude just started a new job at this restaurant. He just started there. So now all of a sudden, he's not good enough or he's not man enough to talk to his job to tell him about the situation that he's having. So she took it upon herself to do that. But, all right, continue. Go ahead.
Part 12, the lies he told. So I contacted the job, his manager at his job, and they did not know that I had the baby. They told me that, hey, we will allow him to have as much time as he needs off, but he would need to let us know this type of information because he hasn't said anything. We knew that you were expecting. We just didn't know that you had already had the baby.
It's just fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
Y'all want to know why it's bull crap, y'all? Y'all want to know why? The reason why is because that job would have had a lawsuit on them. That job would have absolutely have a lawsuit on them because it is against company policy to release any information out about their employees, period. I don't care if you're married or not. Now, the only exception of the rule, if it's like an extreme emergency, like her being pregnant, it could be considered as an emergency, but it's not an extreme emergency because it's common. But just because she set up her and took it upon herself to call not only his job, but to talk to his manager, that manager is not going to release information like that to her because she is not the employee. That is that dude's responsibility to do that. So that's why I'm saying it's bullcrap what she talking about. It's bullcrap. But go ahead. Continue with the lies.
I said, okay. He said he did tell us about the ankle, but he never told us anything about you having the baby. But congratulations. I said, thank you so much. He got upset with me for calling his boss. Why would you?
I would too. I would too. I would cuss you the hell out. Most definitely. Absolutely, I would.
Do that? Why would you call up there? I need this job. I said, what is the problem? Like, you have FMLA. Why didn't you submit the paperwork? He went all around the world about, I did submit it. And, they told me that I hadn't been there long enough to get it, yada, yada, yada. But they told me that I could use my PTO days. Now, I do know that sometimes you do have to be on a job for a little minute before you can do FMLA. Now, I don't know about.
Chad, ain't that what I just said earlier? I think it's not what I just said earlier, that this dude just started the job, so he's not going to qualify for FMLA because he's in his probationary period right now. Did I not just say that? So by her knowing that, right, what the hell is she talking about? What is she talking about? And so now she's up here mentioning about PTO. PTO is basically personal time off. And just by him starting, he only limited a certain amount of hours of PTO. So what is she talking about? This y'all sister, y'all. I ain't lying.
Out restaurant jobs, but I know in corporate America, you can't just get a job there and be 7 months pregnant and then expect for them to give you FMLA in 2 months. It really don't work that way. But, and if your job do it, don't knock mine, because mine don't do that. But anyway,
Ma'am, no job does that. No job does that. All right.
So I believed that. I was like, okay, no problem. So I get out of the hospital. We get home. It should not be a surprise that he never did get up with the baby at night. I slept on the couch. When I slept on the couch, I would get up with my knee scooter when the baby cried. I would go to my little baby breezer, make him a bottle, give him the bottle, burp him, go back to sleep. I did that tirelessly until
as you should.
I couldn't anymore, until I really didn't need the knee scooter no more, none of that stuff, okay? So I had him on October 29th. My mother and my aunt came into town for Thanksgiving. They came in, they helped me, they did laundry, they did, running errands for me, like if I needed something. They just really came through in the clutch. My mom, she couldn't come as soon as I had the baby, but I am appreciative of when they were able to make it, because they stayed with me for quite a bit, and I really, really appreciate that. He cooked a wonderful Thanksgiving dinner for us. One thing I did tell y'all, he could kick his ass off. He really could. So he did that. We fellowshipped, we ate, we communed with one another, and then, they left. When they left, I pretty much was stuck, because I said, shit, my help gone now, because he was still getting up. He was still going to work, still getting up, still going to work. My sister ended up coming in town. Now, before I tell these details about this story, I want to make sure that y'all do understand that my sister is not a violent individual. Between the two of us, I can get with you. I really can. And my sister is the sweetest, most patient woman in the world. And this is also going to be hard for me to tell, because my sister has never, ever, ever seen me the way that she saw me that day. So my sister comes into town. I had a couple of visitors over when she was here, so that they could see the baby. Like I said, this is December 2020. We're still in COVID. So I had just a couple people over there. One night, I was on the phone with my cousin. Me and my cousin, we worked together. And me and my cousin, we were discussing something. And I am a big, big motivator, like encourager. And if you put that shit on, I'm going to let you know you don't put that shit on. And my cousin, he a noob. So obviously I made some sort of, I can't get my words together today, y'all. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Take your time with your life. Go ahead.
I gave him a compliment. I'm so sorry, y'all. My mind is, because I'm trying to get the story out. I complimented him on something. Obviously,
No, it's really her brain. It's really her brain set up her computer this information. Her brain like, man, look, you lying like ain't nothing. And I know we're lying like ain't nothing. So to save you the trouble of this embarrassment, I'm just trying to just shut everything down. I'm trying to shut down all intelligence right now. We're rebooting at the moment, because we can't take all this huge capacity of this line that you're telling. Okay, so her own brain was trying to help her out, and she didn't even realize that.
my husband heard it over the phone. Now, he was cool with my cousin, so cool that my cousin was his best man at our little ceremony that we had. There was no rhyme or reason for why he decided to get upset. My husband came in. I said, babe, hey, I'm about to Uber eat some Popeyes. What you want from Popeyes? He was like, give me a minute. I'm going to let you know. I'm still on the phone with my cousin. I let my cousin go. Me and my sister, we're discussing a conversation that I had just had with my cousin. Jared walked back through and he creates a whole scene. Who you was on the phone with, going in. And I said, what you got an attitude for? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? So it's a misunderstanding in the house. Now
Hold up, I'm
going
not understanding that.
what you want from Popeyes. He was like, give me a minute, I'm gonna let you know. I'm still on the phone with my cousin. I let my cousin go. Me and my sister, we're discussing a conversation that I had just had with my cousin. Jared walked back through and he creates a whole scene. Who you was on the phone with, going in. And I said, what you got an attitude for? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? So it's a misunderstanding in the house. Now my sister here. One thing you're not gonna do, you're not gonna embarrass me in front of family. If there's an issue, let's go to the room, let's talk about it. Don't act no fool in front of my sister because you'll get your ass slapped, you know. When it come down to my folks, don't do that. So I look at him and I say, man, what the fuck wrong with this man? What is going on? So I look at my sister look at me, and I said, I don't know what's wrong with him. He stormed out the door. He got his book bag on. I'm leaving. I said, so where you going? I need some space. You need fucking space. Oh, okay. What you upset about? So there was nothing for him to be upset about. Let me be clear. Whatever I was talking to my cousin about, it wasn't nothing for him to get upset about. Whatever me and my sister was talking about, it was.
So, if he was having an issue with whoever you was talking about, right? Why you just don't use simple conflict resolution and just simply tell her, hey, I'm just talking to my cousin. What was hard about telling him that? Oh, babe, I'm just talking to my cousin. He said, what's up, by the way? That's all he had to do. I was just on the phone with my cousin. He said, what's up, by the way? Especially if they cool with each other. And I'm pretty sure he probably went back and said, oh, all right, tell him I said, what's up? But instead of using simple conflict resolution, you decided that since your sister was there, right, and since he checked you on that, you decide to turn up on him and turn your ego up because you don't want to feel embarrassed in front of your family. So, whose fault is that?
There's nothing that could have offended him. He got so mad he left the house, y'all. He left that house and did not come back that night. I told my sister, I said, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this shit because I get up every night with his fucking baby. I'm going in. My sister is like,
Notice she said now. Y'all remember I did that whole spiel when I was telling y'all the only time when a woman will mention saying that it's actually a man's baby is when. Well, whenever that baby is doing things that she don't like. So in this situation, the baby is keeping her up at night. To her, that's considered as negative behavior. So guess what? It's now his baby. It's not her baby. It's now his baby.
I know. And she calm as she can be. And I broke down in front of my fucking sister, man. I broke down in front of my sister, man. And I went in and I told her, I said, I don't.
Hey, we don't care about your tears over here. Cut it out.
Deserve this shit. I done did a lot for this nigga, man. I done did a lot, you know? And so my sister had never seen me get like that. She had never seen me get like that. And my sister held me, man. She held me up that night. And I love her for that. I love her for that shit, man. I do. So I called him that night and I said, man, where you at? Where you at? Oh, I got a room. You got a room? I said, what you going to get a room for? I told you I need some fucking space. I need some space. So my mind is everywhere because we just went from babe, what you want from Popeyes, to you walking in, acting a fool about something so small. And y'all, to be honest, I don't even remember what it was, but it wasn't nothing for him to get upset about. And he stormed out that door, and he did not come back that night. That next day, it might have been around 1 or 2 o'clock. I called his phone and I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm at the barber shop." I said, "You at the barber shop?" One thing about him, that nigga went to the barber shop every week. I said, "You coming home?" He said, "I don't know. I ain't thought about it yet." I said, "I tell you what, I'm finna call your motherfucking mama and you can come get your shit out of my house." He said, "Bet." You don't never tell me bet. Part 12. Part 13, the lies he told. So, after he told me over the phone he didn't really know when he was going to be coming back to the house, he also told me in that conversation that he had to go to work. So there was no way that he was coming back at that point in time when I needed him to. I don't know why I pushed the issue, but I did. And I told him, I said, "Hey, I'm going to call your mama." I called his mama. I said, "Are you at work today?" She always had an attitude with me. Always. Never liked me. I said, "Are you at work today?" And she said, "No, I'm off, but what's up?" I said, "So I'm putting him out. I need you to probably come and get some of his things because I'm at a point right now where if you don't come get it, I'm going to start putting it in trash bags because I did."
So, question. Why does she need this dude mom who she obviously do not have a good relationship with to come and get his stuff? Second question. Why did she call his mom to do that? That is not his mom responsibility of y'all situation. So why would you do that? Because if you truly saying that you're gonna put him out and stuff, you don't need nobody validation to do that. Just do it. Put the stuff out. Pack it up, put it out on the curb, and be about your business. That's all you got to do. Do what you got to do. Put it out on the curb, or if you're feeling good about yourself, shoot, call a movie company, put it in the stores, wherever you want to do. But that is not his family responsibility to do that. But I know the reason why you're doing that, according to your story, is because of your behavior. Because part of her behavior is that she's this type of controlling woman. You could tell with her behavior, you could tell with her attitude, you could tell that she had this masculine type energy, even from the beginning. When I called it out in the beginning, where she was up here talking like a dude, talking about bet and all that stuff, that I was like, oh yeah, this was gonna be one of them modern day women with masculine attitude type of streams today. Because that's what she is. She had this masculine energy. She do. She had this masculine combative energy. And throughout this whole entire story, even though she trying her best to try to paint a narrative as this dude is the villain, this dude is the bad guy, but I have not yet, through her story, has seen where this dude did anything wrong to her other than lie. That was it. That's the one thing I see. But I haven't seen him did anything toxic to her or anything yet. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard it, nothing like that. Maybe later on down the chapter, she probably reveal it. But so far, he haven't. He haven't. But let's continue.
I did put them in trash bags. And I said, I'm going to start throwing them down the stairs. And when it makes it outside, it's going to be up to all these neighbors to have a free pick of all these J's that I done bought him.
So now, instead of her being reasonable, right, she said that she's going to put the stuff in the trash bag. It does. Instead of having common sense, it does, take it downstairs or wherever you want to do, right? She just going to throw them out the door and make it fall down the stairs and allow the neighbors to come and pick out whatever they want. Hell, you're doing all that presentation, you might as well have a damn garage sale. If you're going to do all that, you might as well just take the stuff out, set it on the lawn somewhere in the apartments or wherever y'all at, right, and have a garage sale. If you're going to do all that and make money off of it. If you're going to do all that, I mean, this lady ain't even using common sense, y'all. She ain't doing none of that.
all the clothes that I bought him, watches that I've got him, just the things that I know for a fact that people would probably want for free. So if you don't want that to happen to your baby boy, you might want to come and pick it up. And I said it just like that. She said, "Bet, give me about an hour. I'll be over that way."
So she said, bet. So this grown older woman is using millennial language saying bet. Okay.
Said it so calmly. What she didn't tell me was that she was going to be coming with a friend. And what she also didn't tell me is that she had contacted Jared and said, "I'm on my way to that girl's apartment. You might want to meet me over there because I'm also going to call the sheriff to accompany us." Why did you need the sheriff to come?
You just made a threat to that woman regarding her son. You made an idle threat. So, of course, now at this point, that woman is fearing the safety of not only herself, but her son, because this situation, based on your attitude, your combative attitude, the situation is manifesting itself into a domestic violence situation. So she don't know what to expect from you at all, period. You sit up here having all this masculine energy, you probably mess around and she probably get there, you probably clown. So she wanted to protect herself. So that's why she called the sheriff to come over there. But you want to make it seem like as though this person is weak.
I told y'all the bags was going to be at the door. You didn't need to bring nobody to me. So sheriffs come, they knock on the door. I ended up getting into a whole argument with her from the balcony. And we going back and forth. I'm calling her a bitch. She calling me a bitch. He shouldn't have never married your stupid ass. I told him that you wasn't shit. I knew that you was going to do him wrong and all that type of shit. And I said, do him wrong? Bitch, I done paid for more shit than you probably done bought in your whole life. I went off. Everything that he had ever told me about her, about how, she was a young hoe, all that type of stuff, I had went off. I said, and Pop done told me, because I said his real name. I said, and by the way, Pop told me that he didn't even know if Jared was his motherfucking baby back in the day with your whole ass. I'm going in, bro. I done went for the juggler. Do you hear me? And so she was like, he said that? She going in. That motherfucker ain't told you that. So I called him on the phone. I said, man, CCO.
Now, just imagine, y'all. Just imagine if his mom never called the sheriff. Imagine the type of energy she would have did. Let's imagine that. She would have opened up that door and being very combative. I got something I need to say. We're being very combative. We're being very masculine. And next thing you know, she's been trying to fight this dude, mom, because that's the energy that she brings. And once again, I wish I could show y'all this on the chat on her on TikTok, but these women on her, they sit up here talking about, man, great job, you're doing a great job of storytelling in this ghetto, we loving it, all kind of crazy stuff, y'all. It does ridiculous, y'all, but
over here acting a fool. She over here, because now mind you, I'm going with the tag name. I said, CC over here acting a fool, bruh. You better come get your baby mama before I kill her. I'm saying all types of stuff. And he was like, calm down, daughter, calm down. What he done did. I told Dad everything. Now, I'm on the phone with him while I'm sitting on the balcony. She
still is communicating with this dude, Daddy, like that's her boyfriend.
Down there, yeah, bitch, I bet you won't bring your ass outside. Now her friend hyping the shit up. She ain't gonna come with that fucked up ankle. They down there acting in, they going in. And I told her if I ever catch her in these streets, she ain't got to worry about it. There won't be no talking. It won't. So sheriffs pull up. They say, ma'am, we understand that you don't want to let her in, but please let him in because he wants to verify that all of his things have been placed in these garbage bags. He want to make sure he want to do a walkthrough to make sure that nothing else in this house is his. Because obviously you guys are about to go into a separation mode and we are just here to make sure that he gets all of his things. I said, I have no problem with that. I go downstairs myself, because by this time, if I can remember correctly, I'm in a boot. This was in
Sounds
December now,
absolute.
so I go downstairs and I let the sheriff in and I let him in. And I slam the door in the mama face. She, let me at that bitch. Acting a fool outside. Do you know that that bitch had the audacity to get on top of my government car and start twerking? And her friend recorded it. Why would you do that? Just stupid. So he comes in.
So you mean to tell me this older woman had that much energy to get on top of your car allegedly and to start twerking for no apparent reason?
He comes in. He goes through. And he said, I believe I got everything. He did take like something that was in the bathroom. It might have been like a bag that had like a cologne or something in it, but he pretty much took everything out of it, and then they left, and that was it. He did not say anything to me about the baby. The baby was actually in the home. He didn't kiss the baby. He didn't say, bye, son. None of that shit. Now, it's important to note, too, that when our baby came, he never really cared for
Now, once again, it's y'all baby. But first, it was your baby. Your baby, on your baby. All right, gotcha.
our baby. But he always, and to this day, he still claims my oldest as his boy. He always cared about my oldest. Always. And he never really showed that type of love to the baby. I didn't pay attention to that red flag either. The reason that I felt like he really didn't pay attention to his own baby is because the baby looked exactly like him. I believe our baby just
What?
it's a reflection of him. The baby looks exactly like him. I believe that's why. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Not in his head. So he leaves. We don't talk for a couple of days. I told my sister, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't get married to get divorced. None of us do. But I fucked up. I did. I told her, I said, I fucked up and I don't know how to make it right. And she was encouraging. She was motivation for me. And she told me, she said, it's gonna be all right. It all worked out in the end. It all worked out in the end. And she did.
Yeah, you absolutely positively did messed up. That was your fault that you decided to get with this dude. It was your fault that you decided to have a one night stand with this dude. It was your fault that you allowed this dude to procreate with you. Your fault that you allowed this dude to enter into the house. Your fault. It's your fault that you want resembling all this toxic masculine energy. It is. All of this is your fault. And once again, the only fault that I could say about him was the line part. That's the only thing. But everything else, I don't see that that's his fault at all. I don't see him being toxic or anything. He ever did nothing. Even when he came to your house to pick up his belongings, he wasn't toxic with you. You never said that he went in there, he was cussing you out or anything like that. He didn't do nothing. He just came there, got his stuff, and left. It is you who keep creating this toxic storyline. Even more so that you sit up here saying that you had the expectation for this dude. You're kicking this dude out, but you had the expectation for this dude to be the bigger person and walk up to your baby, y'all baby, walk up to y'all baby, talk to the baby, give the baby a kiss, spend time with the baby while the sheriff is there. While this situation happens, sit down, spend time with the baby, feed the baby breakfast and whatever stuff. Have time to do all this stuff. Why are you kicking them out? No, that is on you. You the one who's doing this. You the one who creating all this unrealistic expectations. Instead of her trying to paint it as though this dude is doing everything wrong when it's not. No, that is you. You're doing this.
Did not lie. Because it does. She got back on the plane, she left, and I was back at home by myself again. He contacted me and he told me, he said, and this was a few days past, he said, I've been doing some thinking. I was wrong. He said, I was mad about some other shit and I took it out on you. But I want to make things right. I want to come home. This had to be the dumbest thing that I could have ever done.
She lying, y'all. She is lying. This woman is absolutely lying about this story. But go ahead.
I let that man come back home. He said, I've been staying at, it was like a Regency Inn. He FaceTimed me from the Regency Inn. He was at the room.
Yeah, because if he was having some underlying issues, right, he would have communicated that to her at that moment. And not only that, she would have said it prior, but all of a sudden she's saying it now. For the simple fact that she lying, y'all. She is lying.
Room by himself. But I don't believe that he went to the Regency Inn just to be there by himself. I do believe that he was probably there with other women.
Now all of a sudden, this dude went to a hotel and he's not there by himself. He went to a hotel and just had a straight threesome and everything, just wilding out all of a sudden.
I get into that shit later, but I told him, I said, I did not marry you for us to be going through, a divorce so soon, and annulment at this point. Because, I mean, shit, it ain't even been 6 months at this point. I said, so, well, it had been. If it was December, yeah, it had been about 6 months. And I told him, I said, so, I don't want to, go through a divorce. I'm willing to try if you willing to try, but I need you to come home, bro. Like, what you doing? And he was like, I'm coming home. And he did. He came home. He put all of his things back in the place that it was. And then we continue to resume life that way. Part 14, the lies he told. So he comes back and we regroup. We resume our life. We get into another little spat because I found some stuff in his phone.
Again?
Remember I told y'all previously about Erica. When he came back home, I looked through his phone. Most women look through messages. Most people look through pictures. Some people look through browser history. I look at bank statements. I look at Cash App. I look at Zelle. I look at all that shit. So I went through his Cash App. And Erica was named Erica in his phone. Picture was there and everything. The woman that he told me was a stalker bitch. She had requested a $40 Cash App, and the reason for the Cash App was wasted gas. This was on one of the nights that he claimed that he was staying in the Regency Inn. On top of that, I found messages with them, and she was saying, why you didn't answer the phone? What the fuck you doing? You want me to come or not? So it was obvious at this point that he was cheating on me.
How's he cheating on you when you kick that dude out? And you declared that y'all was separated.
Confronted him about it. I said, why was she requesting $40 for gas, for wasted gas? I said, where was she coming to? He said, I told you that bitch crazy. I said, well, what about the text messages? He said, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, well, open up your phone right now. Let me show you, because I seen the shit this morning. When that man opened up their phone, the messages were gone. Completely gone. I said, so you wiped your whole fucking phone clean when you got up? Damn, that's crazy. You must have knew I had went through your shit. He was like, why the fuck you going through my phone anyway? I said, why the fuck is bitches requesting $40 for wasted gas? Why? And why would it be the stalker bitch? That's not making any sense to me, Jared. I don't understand. So we had a spat right before Christmas. We got into it real bad. And so he woke up on Christmas Eve and he said, let's get out of here and let's take the baby down to my dad in Lufkin. We left that morning, and I was so excited to see Pop because I told y'all that's the realest nigga that ever was born. I got down there, and at this point, y'all, my mind, my body, I was just in a different world. Because at this point, I realized that I was going through postpartum depression. And I was also having some thoughts. And you guys know what kind of thoughts. Because I was dealing with a baby full time, basically on my own. I was dealing with shit in the marriage with him. Found out he was cheating. And then it really wasn't nothing that I could do to wrap my head around how the hell I got here so fast. Because I'm telling y'all, I did.
Before she continue, I'm curious too why she went through that whole process of saying that her mind, her body, and all this stuff there. You know what I'm saying? Right after she was talking about this dude father. I have the suspicion that she actually low key like this dude father. Honestly, do because it is unnatural for a woman, especially a married woman, to talk to her husband father that much. That much. That is weird. Unless it's something secretly going on. But
The dumbest shit in the world. All of this shit, now that I'm replaying this back and telling y'all my story, this is some shit that you see and that you look at the next woman and be like, girl, I'm so glad that ain't me. But it was me. And it hurt, man. Because all of this could have been prevented if I didn't even call that damn place back. It's my fault. It's my fault. So we go down there to his dad. And, you know, his dad is so happy. We got pictures of him holding the baby. And he's so sweet. He's so sweet. And so we stay down there. And we get a hotel and everything. And we stay down there with them. We come back. He goes back to work. Things happen like usual. On December 30th, this definitely ain't gonna look too good for me. On December 30th, I went to Don McGill Toyota in Katy. He had been driving my 2018 RAV4 so much back and forth to Sugar Land. I noticed that when he would put a vehicle, whether it was mine or his, in reverse, before it would stop rolling back, he would hike it and drive. So therefore, you know, it would, you know, it's like a bounce thing. I know that that's bad for your car. I don't know nothing about cars, but I know that's pretty bad for your car. So it felt like my truck started missing all of a sudden. So I told him, I said, hey, I'm finna go. Me and the baby, we're going to Don McGill, and I'm going to see if I can get another truck. He said, okay. All right, let me know, babe. He was at work, or allegedly at work. I go down to Don McGill.
oh, so now it's allegedly he's at work now. All right.
I'm down there 4 hours tops. I come out with a brand new 2021 Toyota RAV4. Beautiful. I get home, park it in the garage. I said, babe, I got a new truck. You know, life was, at that point, in my opinion, my life was going okay. It wasn't the greatest, but it was okay. I had my husband, half of a husband. I had a new truck. I had a new baby. You know, my oldest was on point. Like, you know, everything was everything.
South Pass, salute.
He's still paying bills, y'all. Still paying the bills. So he comes home and he was like, babe, I'm so glad you got a new vehicle. He said, because to be honest with you, my shit is on this last leg. Now, he had a 2018, maybe, Nissan Altima. It might not even been an 18. It might have been like a 16 or 17. It was older. I remember it. It smelled like weed because he smoked. You know, it was pretty raggedy because he got it from Shabana Motors. And so I said,
Why was that relevant? That he got it from a secondhand dealership. Why is that relevant? Why was it relevant that you need to say that it had a certain odor to it and all this stuff there?
I said, how about you go to work tomorrow and I'm gonna go back down to Don McGill. He said, okay. So I go back down to Don McGill and I said, hey, my husband need a vehicle. They said, okay. What kind of vehicle does he have? I said, he has a 20 whatever Toyota.
Here's this masculine energy again that she's doing. The first time around when she did this is when she called this dude's job. Pretty much demanded to his job that he need to take FLMA. Now here it is again. Now she's gonna take it upon herself to go to a dealership and ask on his behalf to get a car. When this dude could have simply just did this on his own. Or they could have did it together, vice versa, whatever the case may be, but jeez.
Nissan Altima. I said, he said, well, can he bring it in? So he brings it in. He worked at morning shift, so he brought it in. And they took a look at it and they said, we can get you in a car today if you want to. He said, okay, cool. Now, mind y'all, in one of those parts, I told y'all his credit was outstanding, allegedly. We get there. He gets there. They examine the car. They tell him, we can only give you, I think it was like $7,000 for the car. He was like, okay, that's better than nothing. He said, so we're going to get you to, fill out this paperwork or whatever. Everything is electronic or whatever. He said, but, let's see what your credit comeback is. His credit came back at a whopping 437.
Oh, that's good.
I was in shock. I said, how your credit score of 437 and you just said a couple months ago you ready to get a house and you told me at the beginning that your credit was outstanding, nigga. And he was like, yeah, a couple of my hospital bills that hit me these past couple of months. I said, hospital bills? He said, yeah, I got some old hospital bills from when I had my gastric sleeve that ain't been paid. So they just hitting my, they hitting my credit. I said, okay. I said, so now what? He said, babe, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I ain't gonna cap. I really do need another car. Mm-hmm. Y'all know exactly what's next. I co-signed for that man to get a brand new 2021 Toyota Camry.
Good job.
I really wish I still had the picture so that I could show y'all the picture of us with 2 red bows on those vehicles. Both black, both brand new, no miles on it. Now we're moving to the next part. Part 15, the lies he told. So we leave the car lot. We make it home. Both of us are ecstatic because we have brand new cars. And I told him, I remember specifically saying to him, listen, I put my name on this car for you. I know how important it is to have good, reliable transportation to go to and from work. So don't fuck me over. If it ever comes to a point where you cannot make the payments on this car, let me know. Because, of course, since he's paying the household bills, I said I will step in and I will chip in on whatever it needs, whatever happens. And so he says to me, babe, I got you. I would never fuck up your...
Oh, Lord. Here we go again. Okay, so this dude, once again, is paying all the bills. All the bills. And you couldn't step up and at least pay this dude car note and insurance? Mm-mm-mm. But yet it's still, you want to be married. Yet it's still, you want to be in a relationship. Mm-mm-mm.
I will step in and I will chip in on whatever it needs.
And notice what she said too. She said that she will step in only if he's not able to make the payments. Then that's when she'll step in to chip in to whatever it needs. Meaning that she necessarily ain't going to try to pay the car note, but if it need to be paid, then I'm going to pay it. She's not necessarily trying to make sure that the oil is being changed and all this stuff on the car. But if I need to do that, then I'm going to do it. But I don't want to do it because I feel like you're the man and you should take over everything, every responsibility, everything. Mm-mm-mm.
You know, whatever happens. And so he says to me, babe, I got you. I would never fuck up your credit. I would never do that. It is important to note that when I signed for the car, the payments were $723 a month on a Camry. His car note was higher than my RAV4 note. I had a good trade in, not so much him.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't because of the trade in value that made the note high. It was because of his credit that made it high. All right. On yours, since you allegedly claiming that you had better credit than him, your APR was lower than his. The APR and the interest stuff like that was slightly lower than his. Okay, so that's why it's more expensive. All right, so stop capping on that. You dealing with a dude who know. I know a lot of stuff, so
I know. I believe the lies again. You'll see how they fucked me over in the end. So, I told him, I said, you know, next week I am going to start looking for a rental home. Because at this point, I knew that he couldn't get a house based on his credit score. I had just bought 2 vehicles on my credit, so I knew I probably wasn't going to be able to get as much house as I wanted to for the amount that, you know, I could get pre-approved for. So I didn't even think about buying a home with him. I said, let's just do a rental. And that's what we did. We started looking at rental homes on Zillow. I would send them to him while he was at work. And I would say, you know, hey, I like this one. I like this one. And so me being the person that I am, I said, since you travel very far to go to work, let's try to find a home that's closer to your job at Fish City Grill. He was making good money there, as I thought. And I just assumed that he was going to stay at that job. I did not know that in the next 6 months, he would no longer be at that job. We found a rental home in Fresno, Texas. It was for $15.95 a month. It was 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Beautiful home.
okay. I'm gonna let y'all know this. Some of y'all not from Texas, okay? So from Sugar Land, Texas, all the way to Fresno, Texas Fresno is really, really far, y'all, in Texas. It's very far. So they went to one end on Texas all the way to another end on Texas. Why was that a option? Who knows? I have no idea. It doesn't make any sense to me, but continue.
My cousin lives a street over, so it worked out. Also, my cousin and his wife that, you know, tried to help us like with premarital counseling or whatever, they lived in Iowa Colony. And so we were down the street from them. We had already said, hey, y'all gonna be the godparents to our baby. And they were. So I was excited. You know, at townhouses or apartment complexes, you have to put in a 60-day notice. So I put in a 60-day notice, made sure the mail was forwarded out there, all of that good stuff. Now, I was set to go back into the office. I had got a promotion at my job. I was set to go back to work at the end of February, but I asked my new boss, is there any way that I could come in to the office after I move into my new home? He said, yes. I got the babies a daycare out that way, and we moved in, and life started from there. Now, when we made it to Fresno, things became a little different. Reason being is because I had better access to go to his restaurant. And I would always go up there to Fish City Grill. I knew everybody there. They knew me. And I was also able to have a better commute heading downtown. So he would take the kids to school in the morning. I would pick them up. So every morning I was going into the office around 5:45, 6 o'clock. I would be off by 2:30, 3 o'clock, go get the kids from school. He, yet again, he always worked, like a mid to late shift. So he would always go to work at like 1 and would get off whenever they closed. So if they shut down at 10 or 11, he would get home by 12 or 1. And that was just the restaurant business. I didn't think anything of it. So now we're in March. So March, we're kicking it off good. We love the new house. He's like, babe, I'm so glad that we stuck it out. I appreciate it because you believed in me when nobody else. My mom said to me when I first met you, like, why would somebody like her want somebody like you? And, she kind of crushed me a little bit, but in the same token, you kind of uplifted me. And to truly be honest, that's the only thing that I felt was genuine out of Jared's mouth, because I did really help him through a lot of things. So one day I was doing laundry and I noticed that there was something that looked like a sweet tart that was on top of my dryer. And, another important thing that I need to tell you is that everything in the house I purchased with either my credit financing or I paid for it outright. So the washer and dryer is mine. Furniture is mine. I bought us a king size bedroom set from Furniture Queen and Katie. Shout out to Furniture Queen. They've been rocking with me for the longest. I had the house fully furnished when we moved in. There was nothing missing, nothing at all. Made sure that we were straight. And I seen this thing on the dryer. And I said to myself, this got to be some candy or something from the baby. So I discarded it. I ain't think nothing of it. Eventually, I found another one. This time it was on the ottoman. And so I'm like, damn, what is this? Like, is my oldest bringing like candy home from school or something? Like, what is this? It looked like a sweet tart. Sweet tarts are different colors. They be orange, they be blue, they be white, they be light blue. They be different colors. So I'm thinking it's fucking candy. I'm thinking it's candy.
Oh my God! Get to the point that it's a male enhancement pill. Lord Jesus, you don't have to anticipate that. Just say what it is.
So I discarded that again. All right. So now, we're going to transfer over to May. Now, we're in May of 2021. In May of 2021, he would always carry a book bag. I bought him a Coach backpack. And when I bought that backpack, he was happy about the backpack because he said, babe, this is so nice. I paid $500 for that Coach bag. Why? $500. I did. But
South Pass, it could be that too. It could be that.
I never knew what he carried in that book bag. Never knew. And so one Sunday morning, he was asleep, but he left the book bag in the guest bathroom by the kids' bedroom on the other side of the house. I walk in there because I was cleaning up. I was probably doing laundry or something, and I was cleaning up, and I said, let me look in this book bag. The fuck be in this book bag? And when I opened that book bag up, y'all, I found a baggie of different color pills that was in that bag. Orange, blue, and white. I immediately took a picture of the bag that it was in, and I sent it to my cousin. And I said, what do you think this is? My cousin around the corner. And she said, I don't know, but I got a pharmacy friend. Let me find out. She sent it to whomever the friend was. And she told me, she said, now, according to him, he says that it looks like Addie's, it looks like Speed, and it looks like some type of pain med. But those are street pills. She said, Jill, where you get this shit from? I said, well, it came out of Jared's book bag. She said, you might want to ask him about that. You might want to ask him about that.
Queen, go to salute.
I said, okay. All right. So I flushed him down the toilet before I asked. Because at that point, I knew that I was dealing with a man that not only lied, but that was also taking street pills and was possibly addicted to them. Part 15, the lies he told. Part
So at the end of this part, I kind of got to call cap on this too, because once again, she never mentioned his behavior. Okay. The only thing that she mentioned was that this dude was, as she called him, a pathological liar. But I already distinguished that to y'all, that this dude is not a pathological liar. He may be a compulsive liar, but he's not a pathological liar like she's trying to paint the picture to be. But she never mentioned throughout this whole series that this dude was on any type of pain medications or anything like that until just now. So now all of a sudden, this dude is taking street pharmacy pills for whatever reason. So we're ready to find out what this is, because I'm pretty sure she's gonna tell us to continue to paint the narrative on this dude.
Part 16, the lies he told. So I flushed these drugs down the toilet. One thing I knew about my ex-husband was that he smoked hella weed. I knew that. And I never smoked with him either. But
why she felt that she needed to emphasize that, well, I never smoke. Then also, why she trying to emphasize like smoking weed is a bad thing when it's not. It's actually quite legal now to smoke weed, cannabis, and all this stuff. So okay.
There were times where he would call the weed man, and the weed man would pull up to the townhouse that we lived in, or pulled up to the home that we were living in Fresno. And it could have been two different niggas. I don't know. But he would always have product. I knew that he wasn't dealing. I knew that he was actually doing the shit. I knew it. So, because I would smell the smoke, he would sit in the garage for hours when he would get off, and he would never be able to go to sleep. There were so many signs that I missed. Some of the signs that I missed was he hardly ever slept. He was always on go. He really wasn't very active in the bed like that. It was wishy-washy, it was then it was then, and then it was might have been, that type of stuff. So there were different signs that could have pointed to, okay, this man might also be doing something other than weed. But it never dawned on me that he might be into street pills. Never did. Because I really never saw that man take them either. But he always had that book bag with him. All right. So I flushed him down the toilet, and I asked him. I woke him up out of his sleep, actually. I said, Jerry, get up real quick. He said, what's wrong, babe? The baby okay? Yeah, the baby okay, nigga. I said, I got a question. I had went through your book bag. Okay, for what? I said, you taking drugs? Like you taking street pills?
Hey, before she continue with this, right? I do want to make one correction, right? So in the last chapter, she was saying that they end up getting a rental home that's in Fresno, Texas now. All right. So I had told y'all that the distance between Sugarland, where his job is at, and Fresno is pretty far. So I want to correct myself on that it's not true. It's actually like 23 minutes away. The reason why I was thinking like that earlier, because there's another Fresno, Texas that is here, that's here in Texas, that's closer to where I'm at. So that's why I was thinking that's what she was talking about. So yeah, so I just wanted to make that correction, all right?
He said, that ain't none of your fucking business, man. I said, that ain't none of my fucking business. That's crazy. In my motherfucking house, you raising your voice. I said, that is my business. Because I've been seeing that shit trailing through my fucking house where my kids could get a hold of this shit. I said, so you on drugs. You taking street pills, ain't it? And I told him, I said, now you gonna either quit that shit You can go ahead and get on up out of here, because one thing I'm not gonna do is put my kids in harm's way, fucking around with you, getting like this, and you leaving drugs every fucking where. That man looked at me and he said, I ain't gonna never fucking stop, and you can leave me if you want to. And y'all, I know y'all been waiting on it, but that
After he said that, that's the end of the story, right? You know, he should have left, but apparently it's not, because we're in chapter 16. So
is the day that I waited for him to go in that room and start ironing them clothes for work. When I tell you I unplugged that iron, and I put that iron on the floor. He said, what you doing? I picked up that motherfucking ironing board and I beat the fuck out that man in my baby's bedroom.
this can't be this can't be true, y'all. Hold up, man. This can't be true. Hold up, man. Hold up. Hold up, man. Let's run this back. Hold up, man. This cannot be true at all. I know this ain't true.
That I waited for him to go in that room and start ironing them clothes for work. When I tell you I unplugged that iron,
Y'all know I'm have a lot to say about this. So we figure ready to get stuck on 16 for real now. Lord Jesus.
That I waited for him to go in that room and start ironing them clothes for work. When I tell you I unplugged that iron, and I put that iron on the floor. He said, what you doing? I picked up that motherfucking ironing board and I beat the fuck out that man in my baby's bedroom. I said, because what you not gonna do is you not gonna fucking disrespect me no more. Don't raise your fucking voice at me. I'ma beat your ass every time, bitch. And I meant that shit. I meant it, y'all. I really did.
So once again, who's really the villain in this story? Who's really the villain in the story? Because obviously Jerry is not the villain in the story. He's not. This dude is not the villain. This dude 100% the victim in the story. Jerry is actually the one who survived this whole crazy ass crooked letter Mississippi woman. And she did this. She picked up an ironing board, right? And beat this dude with an ironing board. Not because the dude said no, he's not leaving. He ain't going nowhere. But because this dude had talked back to her. Because the dude talked back to her. So y'all remember when I was saying that this woman has all this masculine energy in her? This is what I'm talking about. This is a prime example of what I'm talking about. this masculine energy that she have. She didn't do it because this dude assaulted her and she was defending herself. She did it because the dude talked back to her as though as this dude is her kid. So I'm going to teach you for not talking back to me, disrespecting me and talking back to me. She picked up an ironing board and beat this dude with an ironing board. But yet it's still, she's on her capping as though this dude the problem. As though this dude the problem. And once again, I want to reiterate this to y'all. Like those of y'all who tune in, who ever seen all of this, right? I want to reiterate to y'all that throughout the whole entire time, there's only really one, now two. It's only two really things that Jared has did throughout this whole entire time. That's lie, and now a drug user, allegedly, according towards her. Them the only two things he done ever did to her. Them that's the two major things that he ever did. But her, on the other hand, it's been her the whole time, y'all. It's her. It's her who is messed up, not him. Not him. These issues that she's dealing with, Jared, it could have been resolved, very easily resolved by two ways. Either for him to get counseling and work on himself, or she could simply just leave the dude. Just leave him. It's just that simple. You don't have to keep threatening to kick him out and literally kick him out. You don't have to do all. No, you don't have to do all that. Just leave. Especially if she got that much trigger to want to hit this dude with an ironing board. Just leave. It's not that serious. And so she telling the story. And what's crazy about it, y'all, once again, I'm looking at this comment on TikTok. These ladies on her, all these old feminist, masculine energy women on her on TikTok, except her laughing. They doing thumbs up to her. They doing all this stuff on laughing, thumbs up. Girl, you doing this thing, man. This is some awesome stuff. One comment said, whoop that trick. All kind of crazy toxic stuff. And they just saying all this stuff right. But however, and this is the type of stuff that pisses me out too about modern day women on the cool though. Let's have this conversation. Now, if it would been the other way around, if this dude would have did this to her, guess what? Lock him up. Call the police. He is a no good man. He is a low life dude. He's a low life dude. Lock him up. He deserves to be locked up for life. They've been saying all these different things about this dude. But yet it's still on the comment. Women sit up here laughing. They praising her. Whoop that trick. You did a good job, man. This is the best thing you ever did. This is the best series. This best part of the series. All these type of things. Hell, to be quite honest, I'm even looking at my own chat. Now, the only person that said something, and I know South Pat's joking on this or whatever, but that solidified with what I'm talking about the double standards with situations like this, where when it's a woman that does that to a man, hit her with an iron board, could be part of domestic violence situation, guess what? It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. And y'all never heard me really go in and really cuss and get pissed off like how I am right now. It's a fucking joke to y'all, for real. It really is. It's a joke. But the double standards, when a man do that to y'all, oh, it's not a joke. It's not a joke at all. It's serious. This dude just got assaulted by this woman. All because, not because of the drug situation, all because he stood his ground and told her, hell no, I ain't doing it. And she treated this dude as a child. Even if she had did this to a child, guess what? They would call that woman an unfit woman, and they would take her child from her. But since she doing it to a grown man, Oh, it's okay. It's okay to do domestic violence. It's okay to hit a man. It's okay for a woman to step up to a man who's twice her size and hit him. Now, what would happen if she hit this dude, right? And this dude had took that Ernie board, would have punched the hell out of her and knock her the fuck out? What do you think would happen after that? Guess what? They're calling the police, and guess who's gonna get locked up? He is. He's gonna get locked up. Not because he's defending himself, but because he's simply a man. And that's where this double standard thing come to play. It's okay for this type of woman to have this behavior. It's okay to laugh about it. It's okay to joke about it. It's okay to give her high fives that she's doing a great job at it. But when the situation turns around, now, nobody should be hitting anyone, period, man or woman. No one should be hitting each other, period. If it get that serious, get the hell out. So I'm hoping and praying in this story that this dude will say, you know what, I'm gone. But apparently it's not, because we're in chapter 16 of 20. So apparently this dude probably stayed. So let's hear this bull crap. I don't mean to rant out of y'all, but this is one of these situations where I'll be like dead serious about for real, because this crap ridiculous for real. I ain't lying.
I beat that man with that fucking ironing board. I did. And I called my mama. And I told her, I said, I beat Jared ass with the ironing board. She said, don't do that. Don't get yourself so mad that you do something like that. I said, man, fuck that nigga, man.
She said allegedly her mom told her, don't do something like that to get you mad. Instead of telling her that she's wrong for doing that, said, look, you are wrong for doing that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to call the police because you don't do stuff like that to people, period. Instead of telling her that, once again, they paint it as though she's the victim. Now, once again, I could totally understand if he had assaulted her first. I can understand that. Then you need to defend and protect yourself. But you doing it because you just mad because he told you no?
Fuck that nigga. So I tell her, I say, mama, he on drugs. He on drugs. So now we know that he lied, he on drugs. He go to work that day, he don't come home. Now this is the pattern that he starts of coming home and just leaving out when he want to. Don't know where he at, can't get a hold of him.
That because this dude is a grown-ass man, you is not his mama. Damn. You're not this dude mama. He don't have to report to you, okay? He don't have to. He don't. Do y'all know that right now? I'm married right now, as y'all know. I do not have the requirement for my wife to report to me wherever the hell she's at. Now, if she want to tell me that for safety purposes, it's fine. It is nothing wrong with that. But I don't sit up here and text her, ask her, where you at? Or nothing like that, because I trust her. I trust her. And she'll do the same thing with me. She don't be sitting up here calling and texting me to find out where I'm at, because she trusts me. But however, if it be some unusual type of behavior happening, then yeah, we would call and text each other then to see what's going on. Because that's what you're supposed to do for safety purposes. Because you don't know, like if something were to happen, then you're trying to call and check on them. There's nothing wrong with that. But to literally sit up here to try to know what this dude doing and all kind of day and all kind of night, that is not your business, because he's a grown man, just like you're a grown woman. It's not your business. That's why I'm saying, like, whenever you get into relationships and get married, the stuff that you did prior when you're single, that stuff should continue to happen. Meaning that as long as it's not nothing toxic you was doing while you single, you should have the privilege of still doing that. If you're still going out and doing things by yourself, going shopping by yourself, doing these different things, or hanging out with your friends or whatever, while you were single, you should still be able to do that while you're married. That shouldn't stop unless it's toxic. There's the one exception to the rule if it's toxic. If not, then why not? Nothing should have changed. But when you do that, you should come back together as a couple and do things as a couple too, because you need the interaction with people. Even though part of me don't agree with it, but you need interaction with certain people. Just like you need to have that alone time as well too, to be away from each other. It is nothing wrong with that. But now she done came to the point where she feeling herself, she getting beside herself. Now she thinking she could control this dude. As these type of women would say, they call that she's taking her power back. She ain't taking no power back. She's being abusive, period. She's the aggressor.
On the phone, he's just coming in and out when he wants to at this point. This is May.
So him, I wouldn't even have returned, to be honest. It would not be no in and out. That would be the moment I'll leave and never come back ever again. I'll leave all my stuff there. We're done. We're done. Because if I come back again, and if you assault me again, I know I'm going to jail for real. Just being real about it. So that's what he should have did. Forget all that. Leave your stuff. You got a job. Leave your stuff and just never return. You go out, get a police report that she assaulted you. There's nothing wrong with a man reported to the police that you're being assaulted. Don't let people think that there's something wrong with that. Go to the police, get a police report, file that police report, save your money up. If you got money, even if it takes for you not paying bills, get your money, get your paper, go get a divorce, present that police report that you're in a domestic violence situation and you fear for your life. Same exact way what women do to men all the time. Get a police report, get your divorce in order, get that divorce record in order, file a temporary restraining order on this woman, and leave. It's that simple. Because obviously this woman crazy as hell.
Of 2021. At the end or close to the end of May, my oldest at the time, he was getting ready to graduate pre-K and he was going to kindergarten. Mind you, I told you that both of my kids, I found a good daycare for them. So in August, my son was transitioning to the elementary school outside of that subdivision that we were in. So his pre-K school had a graduation ceremony for him. I would have never thought that my ex-husband would have missed this, but he did. He said, babe, I got a lot of people that done called out today. I'm not going to make Walker's graduation. I said, all right, man, it's cool. Part of me didn't want to really go by myself because at the time, me and Walker's daddy wasn't seeing eye to eye, and he was a little jaded because I had another baby, and he still loved me a little bit, but he married now, but
What the? So now your first baby daddy is still in love with you, and he was feeling some type of way because you got married, and he's married. Man, I swear I can't make this stuff up, man, for real. Because it is like she does not take an accountability for her behavior whatsoever. She is so much of I ain't lying, she is so much of a sociopath and a narcissist. Scratch that. She ain't even a sociopath now, to be honest. The moment when she assaulted that dude, that's when she became a psychopath for real. Because sociopath doesn't do that, but psychopaths most definitely would do that. So she's a psychopath sitting up here assaulting this dude, and she's living in this false sense of reality, thinking that even her baby daddy still want her when this dude is obviously married and won't have nothing to do with her. The only reason why he having some type of relationship with her is because of the child. That's it. But this woman here crazy as hell, for real. She is out of there. She off the chain.
He said, babe, I got a lot of people that done called out today. I'm not going to make Walker's graduation. I said, all right, man, it's cool. Part of me didn't want to really go by myself because at the time, me and Walker's daddy wasn't seeing eye to eye, and he was a little jaded because I had another baby. And
hold up. Did she just say that her baby daddy called her babe too? This woman lying like ain't nothing. That dude did not call her no babe or nothing. Woman, her off the chain.
You know, he still love me a little bit, but he married now. But you know, I love his wife. I love his wife. So I go to the graduation, and I sit through it. I'm happy. I'm proud. Walker goes with his dad for the weekend because it was a Friday, and I decided that I was going to go up to Fish City Grill to get me something to eat. Me and Jared, we not on the best of terms, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna go up here.
Why would you want to? Why would you want to go up to this dude's job to get something to eat after you literally assaulted this dude? You just assaulted this dude. The dude really don't want to have nothing to do with you, and he can't process this stuff. But this, once again, dealing with beta males. All right. So he's sitting up here trying to process him being assaulted. He being part of a domestic violence situation. That's why he's not coming home the way he is now. And so instead of you understanding that, instead of you understand that this dude needs space for your crazy tail, guess what your crazy tail do? You decide to go to his job and stalk him. You could have chose any other restaurant to go to, but you want to go to that restaurant. All right, as you say, bet.
I went up there, and as soon as I hit that door with that stroller, one of the best servers that was there, she was the sweetest thing. I don't even remember that baby name, but she walked up to me and she said, "Mrs. Such and Such." She said, "How you doing tonight?" I said, "I'm good." And she had a look of confusion on her face. I said, "Where's my husband?" And she said, "He got off 2 hours ago." It was like 6:30 in the evening.
So she literally went up there just to see this dude. Now, notice what she said a few seconds ago. She said she wanted to go up there to get something to eat.
I said, "Impossible. He missed my son's graduation because he said he was going to be working. Y'all didn't have enough people on shift." She said, "Oh, we have a full staff tonight. He told us that he was leaving for the night about 2 hours ago." So 2 hours ago would have been like 4:30. The graduation started at like 5. So I said, "Oh no, boo, let me call him." So she's standing right there. The restaurant packed. You really wouldn't even know where to sit in there. So I kind of pull over to the side of the door. I make a phone call. He don't answer me. Doop. Called again. Doop. Forwarding my calls to voicemail. I said, "Baby, do me a favor. Bring me y'all restaurant cordless phone." So I called him from the restaurant phone. He picked up on the first fucking ring. "Hello, this is Jared." I said, "Where the fuck you at, man? Where you at, nigga?"
And she, keep in mind, she's doing this at this dude's job. She's doing this at this dude's job.
Babe, wait a minute, babe. I had to go to Sam's to get something for the restaurant. I said, "You a motherfucking cold case lie, bitch." I said, "These people done told me that you done got off 2 hours ago and you missed Walker motherfucking graduation for what? Where the fuck you at, man?" And I'm going in the restaurant. The lady said, "Mrs. Such and Such, Mrs. Such and Such." Okay. I said, "You lying. You a lying ass bitch." I said, "But don't worry about it. I'm going to get your ass when we get home. Don't worry. I got you."
She says she gonna get him when they get home. She said that because now she had established herself as being a disciplinary for him. That's why I was telling y'all that at this point, she thought that that's her kid. She don't see this dude as a man. She see this dude as a kid that she can manipulate and control. This woman is a psychopath and a narcissist.
I hung up that phone. I said, baby, I appreciate you. She said, can I get you a water? Can I get you a salad to go? Can I get you anything? I said, babe, I don't.
I'm pretty sure that wait staff did not tell her that. I'm pretty sure of that she making the story up. Why would the wait staff sitting up here literally seeing her acting out ghetto and stuff, right? Will say, hey, you want something to go and all this stuff that they're not gonna do that. I'm surprised they didn't even call the police on her, to be real about it.
I don't have an appetite. That man done lied to me. I said, is there any chance that y'all would have needed something in their kitchen? Any chance that y'all would have needed something in their kitchen? And he might have went to a local Sam's or a Kroger and got some ingredients or something, because that's what he told me. She said, ma'am, Jared told us that he was going home for the evening. We are not expecting him to come back. He is gone. When I called him on that cordless phone, I could hear the wind gushing in the background like he had his window down in his car. So he was off for sure. But I have no idea where he was or who he was with or what he was doing. According to him, he was going to Sam's Club because the restaurant needed something in the kitchen. Part 17, the lies he told. So now I'm on the phone with
Part 17, the lies she told, because this the new title of the video. Matter of fact, after this series, I'm going to change it to not the lies he told. I'm going to change it to the lies she telling. Watch. Y'all think I'm playing?
my cousin, and I'm like, man, bitch, let me tell you about this shit. So we talking, and I told her, I said, man, I ain't gonna lie, between the drugs, between the lying, between all of this, I gotta get out, man. I really gotta get out, but I gotta figure a way out. You know, one thing I will say, and this is a little piece of nugget for any woman out there. I know that I kept saying in these parts, but he was paying all the bills, Sis, you can pay your own bills. I ain't never letting another nigga pay my bills again.
She's speaking as though as he was using this as force leverage over her. But keep in mind, through this whole entire series, she never disclosed him having any type of negative behavior towards her. Never. Other than lying and other than what she's saying allegedly that he was using drugs. They're the only two things. That's it. That's it.
I'm sorry. You're not going to take away my peace. Because this was too much. This was the straw that broke the camel's back.
And then this whole situation about him taking her piece, it's not him that's doing this, it's her. She's doing this. She's causing all this chaos, not him.
So I get back home, and I ended the conversation with my cousin. I get the baby together. I put him to bed. By 9:15, he calls my phone. I answer. I say, what's up? He said, babe, I'm at Fish City Grill in Pearland. They needed some help out here. You want something to eat from here? I said, no, thank you. He said, all right, babe, I'm on my way home. I said, okay, cool. I fell asleep before he got home because he probably made it anywhere between 11:30. And I never brought it back up again. But it always stuck in the back of my head that he probably was somewhere with some bitch doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do. Or he was probably somewhere getting high. Don't even know. And it's irrelevant now.
But why she keeps saying that he out somewhere having sex with some woman or using drugs? But so far, she haven't told us that he literally was doing this yet.
But it's the fact that he even lied to his place of employment. Because you told them folks that you was gone for the night. I don't even know if they had a GM on the floor that night. So it wasn't just me. So I got a phone call. I got a phone call within that same month from my cousin, and she was telling me that her sister wasn't doing too well. She said it wasn't going to be long before we would have to make arrangements to get ready for a funeral. my cousin was young, and that was a really tough time for my family.
Here go the narcissistic tears again, y'all.
So I dealt with grief before anything. I dealt with grief.
And keep in mind also that earlier in the chapter she said that she was allegedly dealing with postpartum, all right, and borderline depression, and she was also dealing with deleting herself as well too. Keep in mind that all this allegedly supposed to be going on there in her head, but she got all this energy to do this stuff.
So I told him, I said, babe, you remember my aunt when we went to Mississippi? He was like, yeah, babe. I said, well, her daughter, the one that lives with her, ain't doing too well. I'm going to probably have to go to Mississippi at some point. He said, okay. Whatever you need. I said, I'll probably just need you to make sure the baby cool. He said, all right. So I got that phone call one day while I was driving into work. So that'll come back sooner or later. And I'm sorry, y'all, I get emotional on certain points because I'm really not over her yet. I'm really not over that yet. So one morning, about 5 a.m, I get up. I'm getting dressed for work like a normal day. And I noticed that one of his phones is laying on the couch. He's in the bed. I don't know what made me, but I did. I went through the phone. Again, I went through the Chase banking app. I was concerned at some point because he was still making all of the bills. But he was also out of nowhere giving me extra money, whether it was extra money to get my nails done, extra money to get more wigs, because I'm a wig finessa, whatever the case may be. He was just giving me bread. And I kept saying, where you getting this money from? And he told me, he said, I got a bonus at work. I don't really think restaurant GMs get bonuses, but I mean, what do I know? During the time, I thought that was truth. And I went through that Chase app, and the same day that he was getting a deposit from Fish City Grill for his job, he was also getting an unemployment check from the government. I don't know how he pulled it off. And I will tell you that the entire time that I knew this man, even up until now, he has never filed taxes. Never filed taxes. I have no idea how he's getting away with this at this point in time. So I took screenshots of that. I said, okay, he getting unemployment. But I also go to his Cash App, and I notice that he is making a lot of transactions to the weed man. But these transactions are beginning to be between $350 to $550 a week. And I said, okay, I know that he doing weed and I know he doing the pills or whatever, but man, I thought, me and him had talked about it. I told him, I was like, hey, I know what you said about the drug.
To talking about it means that you had a conversation like two grown adults, but y'all didn't talk about it. You assaulted that dude. In fact, you had contributed to making it worse, to be honest, to be quite honest. So at this point, I will understand that dude increased his drug uses because of the toxic situation that you put this dude through. But we're not going to say that it's your fault. We're going to say that it's his fault. But
drugs, but you're gonna have to quit it.
I'm gonna make a point about that unemployment check 23 minutes, but I'm just trying to let her finish.
He did come home one day and he told me that he wanted to quit. This was before I found the stuff on the phone, and he said, I do want to quit, but I'll go to a therapist. I'll go to a therapist. I believed him. I also went to his T-Mobile account, and I also found out that he had been on the phone with this one number the entire time that he'd be at work. Sometimes the conversations were 6 hours long. Sometimes they were 9 hours long. And some of the conversations were occurring while I was at work and he was at home. And I did not know who the number was, but I screenshotted it too. Like, I took a picture of it from my phone, from his phone, or whatever. I questioned him about it all. I said, what is going on? Again, he got upset. He told me ain't no reason that I need to be going through his shit. I told him, I said, we are married, Jared. You gotta tell me what's going on. Cause now you fucking with the government. What you got going on, player? Like, what's going on? Again, he started this shit up by leaving the house, not coming back. Anytime we got into an argument, he would leave the house, wouldn't come back for days. So I said, all right, man. At this point, I really do gotta find me a way out. I really do. So
Find a way out as though as you the victim. Oh Lord Jesus, it's the narcissism for me.
I asked him, when I asked him about the phone calls, he said, you told me to get counseling. That's my therapist. I said, what's the therapist's name? Because you're on the phone with the therapist for 9 hours. Who's the therapist? He gave me some bogus ass name. And he also was the type too, when I found shit, he said, you figured out, you the one that want to know the answer to the question. He had that type of attitude. Once again, head between the washer and dry, tearing that ass up. Don't please watch your mouth and watch your fucking tone when you're talking to me.
So she this time decided to punch this dude because he talked back to her again. Want y'all to hear this? She said it again. She punched this dude.
His name. And he also was the type too, when I found shit, he said, you figured out, you the one that want to know the answer to the question. He had that type of attitude. Once again, head between the washer and dry, tearing that ass up. Don't.
All because he talked back to her.
Please watch your mouth and watch your fucking tone when you're talking to me. Because by that time now, I'm not going to lie, and it break my heart, I had become abusive physically. I most definitely.
What? So after that time, that's when you realize that you are the aggressor? No, that happened a long time ago, sister.
Really did.
And to top it off, it wasn't because of this dude. It's because of you and your narcissistic behavior. It's you because you're a social, because you're a psychopath. That's why.
Part 18, the lies he told. So soon after I got that information, confronted him about it. He said what he said. He did what he did. I started thinking in my head of solutions to be able to financially uphold this house without this man being here. It was going to be tough. It was going to be tight. But I said, I will start packing that money down for the next 3 to 6 months. I'm going to stick this thing through. But I need to at least get a good 6 months of rent under my belt so that I can be comfortable with this savings account. Because I already knew that if we split, there was a possibility that he was not going to immediately pay child support, even though I was going to put his ass on there. So I got the phone call that my cousin passed. I went home before the funeral. I went home the day that I got the call about her passing. I went home to be with her mom, my aunt. I stayed there with my aunt until my cousin traveled with her family from North Carolina. When my cousin came in town, I think I spent the next night at home, like in Mississippi, and then I flew back to Houston. He was here with the baby when I went home. But when it was time for the funeral, which the funeral was during the week, I told him, I said, I know that you have to work. And when I go home, I'll probably be home for maybe 2 nights max. But when I go home this time, I know since you're working, take the baby to my cousin, which I call aunt because she is like an aunt to me. She helped me when I first moved here to Houston. I said, take baby to her in Fairfield, in Cypress, down there by the outlet mall. If you know where Fresno is, you know that from Fresno to Cypress Outlet Mall is a good hour drive. That's a far drive. I said, so just go ahead, take him over there. When I get back in town, I will go and pick him up, and then I will bring him back home. He said, babe, whatever you need, I got it. You know, I know that you got to go home for this. I said, okay, thank you so much. The day came where I got on the plane and I flew to Mississippi. My cousin, which is my aunt, keep in mind now, I call my cousin my aunt, but her son was living with her at the time. And my cousin is around 36. And for the story purposes, we're going to say his name is Dwayne. Dwayne is at home
with his mom at
with my
36.
aunt. And Dwayne is going to be the one that goes and get the baby from the car from my ex-husband. So I'm on the phone with my ex-husband. I've already landed in Mississippi. I'm on the phone with my ex-husband and I say, hey, have you pulled up? You know, have you pulled up on my aunt? And he said, yeah, babe, I'm here, but what apartment you say she in again? And I said, don't look for the apartment because Dwayne is outside. He said, Dwayne? I said, yeah, my cousin Dwayne, that's her son. I hear the exchange of the baby. I hear him saying, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm Jared. I'm Dwayne. I hear all that. And so I hear Dwayne saying, come on, little man. He got him. He closes the door and he say, all right, babe, I dropped him off. I said, thank you so much. We end the call. I'm at home dealing with my family because I just lost my fucking cousin. At this point, don't piss me off because I ain't no telling what I'm going to do. Because when I lose somebody like that was close to me, don't say nothing to me ill. Don't do that.
All these threats.
That man contacted me that night while I was sitting in the same home that my cousin was living in. I never forget it. And he texts me. My aunt was on that couch. My cousin's mama was on that couch trying to rest because she had just lost her baby daughter. That boy texted my phone and he said, how are they related to you? Talking about the cousins that he dropped the baby off with. I said, that's my family from Mississippi. He said, but I'm saying though, what kind of relation is it? Are y'all first cousins? Are y'all second cousins? Are y'all third cousins? I said, that would be my mom's, if I'm not mistaken, second cousin. Now we're texting. I said, why? He said, because I've been doing some thinking. He said, let me find out that that's not your real family. I said, so who the fuck else would it be? You think I'm just going to let my baby go with anybody? I said, man, quit playing with me, man. Don't start that. That's what I said. I said, I don't know what the fuck wrong with you. You probably off them street pills. Don't text my phone with that shit. I'm grieving right now. That's what I said. I promise you. I said them exact words. And he says,
sure.
Just let me find out. I called Dwayne up. It's probably 11 o'clock at night. I said, what you doing? He said, shit, playing the game. I said, what the baby doing? He said, in there with mom, sleep, bet. I said, man, this nigga, he texted me with that bullshit. Now, Dwayne probably been out at that point, maybe roughly a year. So he fresh out. One thing that I want TikTok to know right now is my family, it run deep. I'm going to tell you now. So it is hard for you to make idle threats or to talk shit because somebody in the family going to see about you. I told him, I said, man, that man has contacted me and he talking crazy. And I know you don't really know him, but I'm just letting you know he know where, you know, y'all live. So just be on the lookout. If he trying to come and get the baby, don't let the baby go with him. Because I'm going to be honest, I really did not trust my ex-husband with my baby. I did not. And so
Dang, my
part
bad.
17.
But well, once again, y'all notice that she done resorted back to saying that that's her baby. All right. But that's part of that
Part
that
18,
behavior.
the lies he told. Week, I told him, I said, I know that you have to work and in Cyprus, down there by the outlet mall. Phone with my ex-husband and I say, hey, have you pulled up your family? I said, so who the fuck else would it be? You think I'm just gonna let my baby go with anybody? I said, man, quit playing with me, man. Don't start that. That's what I said. I said, I don't know what the fuck wrong with you. You probably off them street pills. Don't text my phone with that shit. I'm grieving right now. That's what I said. I promise you. I said them exact words. And he says, just let me find out. I called Dwayne up. It's probably 11 o'clock at night. I said, what you doing? He said, shit, playing the game. I said, what the baby doing? He said, in there with my sleep. Bet. I said, man, this nigga, he texting me with that bullshit. Now, Dwayne probably been out at that point, maybe roughly a year. So he fresh out. One thing that I want TikTok to know right now is my family.
So she pretty much put emphasis on that her cousin be in jail or prison or wherever the case may be, right? Just to say that her cousin is tough. That also she started painting this false narrative that this dude is really threatening her cousin. That's how the way she presented it as. Yeah, he's on that. He's sitting up here, threatening you. He's on that crap. When all he was doing was acquiring about your relationship with them, or y'all really cousins or not. Because, you know, some people call people cousins, so y'all not really blood related. People do that all the time. So you just trying to find out if this was really true to make sure that I'm leaving our son with the right people. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the way I see it is. But she set up here taking it as he's doing an idle thread and this weird stuff. And now she set up here manipulating her cousin to try to fight this dude.
My family, it run deep. I'm going to tell you now. So it is hard for you to make idle threats or to talk shit because somebody in the family going to see about you. I told him, I said, man, that man has contacted me and he talking crazy. And I know you don't really know him, but I'm just letting you know he know where, you know, y'all live. So just be on the lookout. If he trying to come and get the baby, don't let the baby go with him. Because I'm going to be honest, I really did not trust my ex-husband with my baby. I did not. And so he said, oh, that nigga ain't coming over here. He not coming over here. What I didn't know is that Dwayne, in the course of the conversation, he asked me where he worked at, where my ex-husband worked at. And I told him, I said, now at this point, y'all, he had left Fish City Grill. Now he at Grub Burger off of I-10 and Katy. I said, man, he work at Grub Burger. He said, what time they close? I said, I don't know, man. I don't know. He said, don't worry about it. What I did not know is that the following day, Dwayne called up there to Grub Burger and asked for Jared. And he told him, he said, man, this Dwayne. He said, Dwayne? He said, yeah, Dwayne, the one that got your baby over here. He said, oh, yeah, man, what's going on? Everything okay? Do the baby need something? Y'all need more diapers or something? He said, no. He said, but I just wanted to call to let you know that my baby cousin had called me. And I don't want to have to come and see about you. So leave it alone. I don't know what you think the fuck is going on, but that's family. So leave it alone. Jared calls me, going off. Man, your motherfucking cousin done called up here. Now it's my cousin. Your motherfucking cousin done called up here talking about woo, 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 yada, 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 acting just like Jody motherfucking ass from Baby Boy. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. You told that nigga that I said, I ain't told nobody shit. Now, at this point, now I'm playing your game. Now I'm lying. I said, I ain't told nobody shit. I said, but I told.
Keep in mind that this dude haven't lied since part 15 or somewhere around there. Keep in mind he haven't lied since then.
Told you, stop fucking playing with me. Don't play with me, sir. Don't do it. I'll catch you up on the next part. Part 18. Yo, I gotta answer questions real quick, man. Let me bag up. Man. While I'm trying to do the parts to all.
All right, so this is filler episode. Look like it is it?
Part.
Yeah, this is a filler episode, y'all. So let's see what you got to talk about.
Oh, I gotta answer questions real quick, man. Let me bag up. Man. While I'm trying to do the parts to all of this, I just keep going back and I keep looking at some of these comments and I'm like, man, these people are silly. Y'all are just as crazy as I am and I love it. I loved it. And y'all, when I get to the end, I promise I'm not going to hold you long. Like I told you, it probably will not be 50 parts. But I definitely want to thank every single last one of you, even if you were negative from the beginning. I thank you because it is impossible for me to withhold this now that now everything has opened up for us Black women to be able to tell our story. So once again, I truly appreciate you for being here. One thing that I do want to say to everybody that has been asking, Jared is a Cancer. That boy's birthday is in July. I can't remember. Oh, I do remember what day. July. No, I ain't gonna tell you because y'all gonna look that nigga up. Y'all not gonna get me. No. He is a Cancer. He is not a Gemini. I am a Scorpio. Here's the fact that I got on down. Okay. Second thing, I am originally born and raised in Jackson, Mississippi. I graduated from Southern Miss. With my master's, I graduated from Belhaven, and next month I walk with a doctorate. So I will tell you, fully educated, but sometimes I don't have the best sense when it comes to men. And to be honest with you,
wait a minute, she walk her with a doctorate next month? Oh, okay.
y'all, I do have a whole nother situation that my mom told me I do need to share with the world as well that happened after Jared. So stay tuned for that because if I tell that story, that shit gonna really blow. I'm sorry, but I mean, at this point, it's no stopping me because my mouth big anyway. I might as well go ahead and tell all my business. I done told y'all this much, period. Another thing that I want to say, a lot of you guys are misconstrued about the story because either y'all are not listening or y'all listening too early and y'all haven't watched clarification videos or y'all have not watched me go into further detail about what is going on. So take your time. Watch these videos before y'all comment because some of y'all are so confused, but y'all only on part 1 or part 2. It's part 3 and part 4 and part 5 where I start really getting into the meat and potatoes of shit that I said in part 1 and part 2. So I understand if you're...
Ain't this the same thing what Risa did? She did the same as that filler episode. Talking about, I need to clarify this, I need to clarify that. Man, at this point, I just think that all these women sit up here run the game now.
Currently confused, but try to go and watch. Go to the page and watch. Another thing that I want to say, excuse me, I do not have enough followers right now to do a playlist. I absolutely don't. So until, and I could be mistaken, but I Googled it. Until I get to 10,000 followers, I am unable to make a playlist so you guys can further be able to scroll these videos and watch them. I apologize. It ain't my rules. That's TikTok stuff. So I'm sorry. I did forewarn you guys a long time ago that there was probably going to be a whole lot of use of profane language. I'm simply just retelling the story. So I apologize for, ears that don't know me to use this kind of language, but this did occur almost 4 years ago. I'm in a new light now, but I do need to tell this story the way that it happened. I really do. Another thing I want to clarify, His mama was not a medical doctor, a physician when I met him. I am not downplaying registered nurses at all. What I am saying, though, is that during the time that I was with that man, his mother was a registered nurse. She was not a doctor. She was not a nurse practitioner. She was a registered nurse. Now, she was going to school to be a nurse practitioner, but she did not graduate, I don't believe, until 2021 or something like that. Most of the time when I'm talking about this woman, this was in the year of 2020. So I don't want nobody to make it seem like that I'm disrespecting the medical field. My sister is a pharmacy student, so I don't do that. I got an aunt that's a registered nurse. I have a cousin that's a doctor. I ain't shitting on nobody in the medical field. I appreciate you guys. You guys held me down on both of my babies. So we're not going to even play that game. So don't even sit here and play like I'm down in anybody in the medical field, because I'm not doing it. I'm simply telling the story. That's all I'm doing. Now, another thing that I also want to say is I have seen several comments about how nobody wouldn't have never wanted to do this until Miss Risa Tisa did her story. You are absolutely right. Because a lot of us did not have the balls to do it. But it ain't even about me trying to blow up. When that woman affected me the way that she affected me, it was beautiful. Because I cried even when she didn't. Because some of her story is my story. Mine run a little deeper. But at the end of the day, I was more foolish. I was a fool. Most definitely. So I don't want y'all to get too comfortable with trying to compare the two. We are two beautiful black women that were hurt, traumatized, and we're still trying to heal. So I just wanted to put that out there. I wanted to make sure that you guys understood what it is. Again, I apologize if a lot of these things that I say are vulgar, but it's a part of the story. So continue to buckle your seatbelts. Let's get back to it. Part 19, the lies he told. So I hang up the phone from him. I quickly sent him a text message and I told him, I said, listen, I know you and I have not been seeing eye to eye. I have no idea what you're talking about when it comes down to my cousin contacting your job, whatever the case may be. However, what I will tell you is that I am dealing with the death of a family member. I am currently grieving. This is not what I need right now. Remember, I told you guys that I was dealing with postpartum depression already. And, you know, postpartum can stick around for a while after you've had a baby. So there were things that I was personally dealing with. I was dealing with my own stuff, you know. And so he did not text back. He waited until the day that I flew out, which was not the day of the funeral, but the following day. I was standing in the airport in Jackson, Mississippi, getting ready to board my flight. And I got a text message from Jared. And he said, so as I have had time to sit back and to reflect, I believe that I dropped our baby off at his real daddy house. I believe that ain't your auntie, but that's in fact our baby's grandmother or your baby's grandmother. He says, so I want a DNA test when you get back. I may have mentioned this in previous videos. The baby looks exactly like my ex-husband. Split an image. You will know that baby belongs to him because that baby took everything of him. His teeth, his eyes, his...
This sound real far-fetched now. I don't know. It don't sound right at all, period. It doesn't make any... This situation does not make no sense whatsoever. It doesn't. It really doesn't. But go ahead, continue your lies.
His face, everything. He even short like that nigga. He took everything. I said, of course you can have a DNA test when I get back. I said, but also when I get back, make sure all your shit at my house. Make sure everything gone. Spotless. He texted me back and he told me.
Once again, she's up here treating this dude like that's her child. Get your stuff out my house and make sure that it's spotless. Like that's his mom or somebody. Like,
You got it. All right. So I flew out. I did call Dwayne back and I said, Dwayne, he told me that you my baby daddy, bro. He said, man, to be honest with you, man, at this point, I really do believe that the man, he gotta be high. Like there has to be something going on with him. I said, absolutely. Absolutely it is. I said, but stand down. Don't bother him. I said, don't even worry about it. Now, by this time, Dwayne big brother done called up there to their restaurant too. See, I didn't know that it was going deep. I had no idea.
All of a sudden, now all these people is calling up to the restaurant harassing this dude at his job. The same as that pattern that she did to him. Same as that pattern that she did to him. Now I believe the reason why he's no longer working at the other restaurant is because she caused such a scene that it caused him to get fired from that restaurant. That's why I believe, but she haven't disclosed that information. She just said all of a sudden he's no longer working there. He's working at this new place, and now he's working at this new place. And she did the same behavior, but the only difference is that she manipulated her cousins to do it. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if she had told that, look, I had caused this dude that got fired at his last job, so they're gonna be looking out for me to do the same thing this time around because you're probably gonna say something around it. So y'all do it this time. Say less. And so she manipulate these dudes to harass him at his job. That's how the way it seemed to me.
I did. Now my other cousin, which is Dwayne brother, he's in San Antonio. He's in San Antonio. So I said, I ain't know, big boy call homeboy job. He said, man, we not playing with that nigga, man. That nigga gonna have to see us one day. I said, all right, man. I get it. I get it. Real hitters now. Real hitters. Sometimes I just talk, but they actually walk. Period. So
she said sometimes she talk, but they walk. But you got to assault on this man not only once but twice.
I get back in town,
and also keep in mind that each time she told the story about her assaulting this dude, she never at once mentioned this dude hitting her back.
Instead of me going straight home, I leave the airport. I get to my aunt. Remember now, my auntie is Dwayne's mom, but she's really my cousin. I don't want to confuse anybody because y'all get confused quick. I went to her house and I stayed with her that night, slept in her bed with my baby. And I told her, I said, Auntie, I'm tired. I'm tired. She already knew what was going on. Dwayne had already let her know. But I told her, I said, I really cannot do this anymore. I just can't. She said, I know, baby. I know. So the next morning, I get up. I get the baby together. We leave my aunt's house. I travel to Fresno and I drop him off at daycare. And I go to the house. And y'all, that was the first time that I felt God in my home. Because it felt like the devil left. When I walked through that house, it was still. The peace that I felt that day, that felt like freedom to me. Because when I went to that closet and the left-hand side where everything that was his was at, it was completely empty. And I fell to my knees in that closet. And I told God, thank you. Thank you, God. Because you knew that I couldn't do it no more. You knew that I could not do it no more. You knew it. You knew it. You knew it. And
it's just fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
And I kept telling God, you kept me, man. You kept me. You kept me. You kept me through this entire thing. You kept me. You helped me and you kept me. I could have Y'all, I could have went to jail. That man could have killed me. He could have did anything. And when I mean kill me, because when you beat somebody with an ironing board, when you beat a nigga ass with an ironing board, man, it hit different for a man to get their ass beat by a woman, man. It do.
But yet and still, he never put his hands on you. But you're the victim. Something could have happened to you. I mean, to be honest, in this sense, that is true. Because that dude could have snapped and could have seriously did something to her, but he didn't. But yet it's still her one psychopathic behavior, her narcissistic behavior, believing that she's the victim.
It do. I can only imagine how it felt for a man to have a woman to put their hands on him. Because he a lying ass man. Because he couldn't be what a real man would be in a household. But that day
They top it off and emasculate this dude too.
was dedicated to thanking the Lord himself. Because I could not muster up the faith to leave. Even through the lies, through the drugs, through the verbal abuse, through the mental abuse that man put me through the infidelity. I had so many reasons biblically that I could have divorced that man. So many reasons.
And keep in mind that throughout this whole entire series, she never at once mentioned catching him sleeping with a woman. All she did is send alleged text messages. She said the only thing that she said was just the lying part, which I agree about the lying part, but that doesn't make him a pathological liar, and the lying part doesn't make him toxic. She caused this whole situation to happen. She did. She could have left if she was feeling that uncomfortable. She could have left at any given time, but she chose not to because she knew that this dude was providing a service for her, that a service that she don't want to do for herself, even though she had more than enough means to do it on her own, but she didn't want to do it. And that is the whole thing about these modern day women and their behavior.
But I stayed because realistically I cared for this man. I carried his child. And a lot of y'all not going to understand how.
And also listen to what she said too. She said realistically she cared for the man. She didn't say she loved him. She said she cared for him as a caretaker, as a person who's providing a service.
I stayed through all of that. But I truly believed that somehow, some way it was going to turn around in my favor, but it never did. But what happened was that God made sure that I came out on top at the end. I didn't see it when I was going through it. I kept looking.
How did God make you come on top at the end? By him finally decide to leave your crazy tail? That's God way of you coming on top? Now, how the way I see it, he the one who came on top for finally giving enough courage to just leave, period.
Looking at my baby, and I kept telling him, I'm sorry, baby. I brought you in here. I brought you in this world, and you don't deserve to have no daddy that don't look at you the same way he look at other people's kids and love on them. My baby didn't deserve that, dog. And he don't deserve that at all. This is that man's only child, his flesh and blood, his son. And I allowed it to happen, man. I did. And I take full responsibility and accountability for my actions. I do.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
But that day was the day that I could have walked with my head held high and couldn't nobody tell me nothing. Because when that man left my house, I knew that was the last time. That was the last time that I was going to allow him to come in. That was it.
Good.
Part 20, the lies he told. So I left.
All right, y'all. So this is the last chapter of this. All right. So far, a lot of situations that happen and transpire on a lot of things I disagree with, and so at the conclusion of this whole entire series, like always, I'm going to give y'all my overall perspective about this situation. All right. So once again, appreciate everybody who sticking in and still watch me. Even if you're watching me at work, I appreciate that a whole lot. This live, well, we're at 3 hours into this live now, so this is like one of the longest lives I've ever did. So appreciate that. Appreciate it a whole lot. Appreciate y'all supporting the one stream as well too. All right. So once again, we're at chapter 20. This is the last one, I believe, and so let's hear what she got to say.
Left Houston that weekend, I believe, or it might have been whenever my sister told me that she was free, and I went and I spent some time. Me and the baby, we went to New Orleans. I went and spent some time with my sister, and we went down there, and then we came back. And when we came back, I contacted him and I told him, I said, "Hey man, I need financial help, because when you left, you didn't pay none of the bills."
Oh Lord Jesus. Okay, so on part 19, she set up her, had a whole crowd talking about thank God, yay, and all the stuff there because he left the house. Right? But now on her, she got in contact with this dude again, talking about, well, I need your help because when you left, you didn't pay the bills. Like, why the hell do he need to pay your bills? Why do he need to do that? Why is that his responsibility when you literally kicked this dude out of his house? You literally kicked this dude out the house. So why is that his responsibility to still continue to take care of you?
We went down there, and then we came back. And when we came back, I contacted him and I told him, I said, "Hey man, I need financial help, because when you left, you didn't pay none of the bills. I want to be clear that his move out date, the day he moved out, was July 30th. I said, I need either some support for the baby. Either you can help pay his child care, or, you know, if you feel it in your heart, however, because you're heartless now, but if you feel it in that heart, whatever heart you got, I need money to support this household." He told me that he was going to make a payment to me when he got his check. Of course, that never happened. I immediately went and filed for child support. The proceeding happened pretty quick.
So you didn't even give this dude a option in the matter, nothing like that, because you already said you was going to do it anyway, regardless of the fact, regardless if you had sat up there and paid the bills or not, you was going to put this dude on child support. You was going to do that to teach this dude a lesson, not because he needs to take care of his responsibility as being a father. Because if that been the case, if he was being a father, you wouldn't have to put him on child support. Y'all could just mediated that and just come to terms like, hey, this is what I'm going to do for our child. Not to take care of you and your household, because he's not there to take care of your household. His only obligation is for the safety and well-being and the nurture of your child, period. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. But you knew that, but you decided to do the latter.
It was via Zoom, and turns out that every 2 weeks he owes me $436. And so that was a good thing, because that was a help. But he had been taking care of bills that I wasn't normally taking care of in that house. So it did put a financial strain on me. So I eventually went and I checked my mail, which I don't normally do. I normally do everything electronically, but for some reason, God led me to go to that mailbox in that subdivision.
We go with God again.
It was full of mail. Full of mail. There were statements from the Easy Tag tollway that were hundreds of dollars from him running the tolls. There was a letter from Toyota letting me know that the car was about to be repossessed. There was a letter in there from a law firm letting us know that since the tolls had not been paid, that they were filing suit. And
It wasn't a law firm. It was collection agencies, by the way. So tell the truth about that. All right, it was collection agencies that was doing that. All right.
most of this activity happened in the past 3 to 4 months. But we got the letters when he moved out. He was not in my house when I checked that mail. He was already gone. I called my brother and I asked my brother, I said, listen, I'm in a pickle, man. You told me not to sign for that man to get no car. You told me this, but he knew that Jared had already left the house. He knew that. And I told him, I said, man, Jared ain't paid that car note. And I specifically told that man when I got that car, don't fuck my credit up. Of course he did. Of course he did. He said, how much is it behind? I said, it's about $2,300. Because you know they tack on additional fees once you are getting closer to getting your car repossessed. So I told him, I said, man, it's too much for me. I can't do that. He said, man, you might need to call him and you may need to have a conversation with him about what is his next steps. Because if
what?
he can't make the payments, he can bring you that car back and you can take that car back yourself. I told him.
Well, yeah. In that case, yeah, I'll do that. But he should have did that on prior. When he left her and then pay all them bills, I would have left everything. I would have left that car. If it took for my homeboy to come pick me up or whatever, I did everything possible. Leave that car there, let that mother get repossessed. I wouldn't occur at all. Period.
I would call him and I would let him know what he said. I called Jared, and I don't think that I was able to get him on his cell phone, but I called that restaurant.
Again.
And I said,
well, once again, she said up here, called this dude job. Now, this is the 4th time that she set up here to call this dude at his job, probably going to be acting ghetto again. But let's hear.
When you get a minute, call me. And he called me back and I said, listen, I got a letter from Toyota addressed to me because my name was first on that car. And I told him that the car was about to be repossessed because he was behind almost 90 days on the car. He assured me that he was going to get the car note paid. It never happened. I logged into the online account and I noticed that since that man had that car, he only made 2 payments on that car and a partial. So I knew then that I was fucked. My credit score was messed up, about to be messed up. I did not know how I was going to financially handle the bills in my home. I knew that it was going to be rough for the next year or the next couple of years. It was going to be bad for me. So when he did not make the payment, they sent me another letter. And they basically said the same thing in the letter. This is, and they have a legal name for it. And I should know it right off the bat because I am in the legal field. But
sure you are.
Either way, it was them letting me know as soon as we can get to that car, it's gone. Your limit has extended for us to be able to give you the grace to pay the extra money that we told you we needed, whatever the case may be. I called that number on that letter. And I told them exactly where he working, where his mama live. I said, y'all go get that car. Because I gave Jared 2 options when I called him. I told him either bring that car to me and bring me them extra set of keys that you never would let me have for whatever reason, or make the payment. And he chose to make the payment. I don't even believe to this day that man knew that I was the one that told them where that car was. Come get it, cause it's mine. That's my car. It's my car. It's my car. My aunt, she wanted to buy it from me, but I told her, I said, Auntie, I don't even think that I can get my hands on it. I don't think I can get my hands on it. Now, he was on the car as well. He was, but he was, you know, the way that his credit matched up, they had to put me first. Had to put me.
So that is not your car, okay? Y'all both are co-borrowers of the car. So that means that he has a certain percentage of ownership of the car, as well as you have a percentage of ownership of the car. But overall, both of y'all are obligated to make the payments of the car. So it's not your car, my car, my car, my car. No, it's not. That is not how that works. Okay? That's the same thing with getting a house. Whenever you purchase a home, y'all both are co-borrowers of the home. Okay? Y'all both have your names on that home. So he owns a certain percentage of that home. You own a certain percentage of the home. So if you were to go to court, right, and they'll consider your home, their car, and everything as community property, guess what they're going to do? They're going to tell you exactly what I'm saying right now, is that y'all both are co-borrowers or co-owners of the community property. This is what they're going to say. They're going to say, oh, it's just yours. The only way they'll say that it's hers if she only have her name on it or he only have his name on it. That's the only way. But this girl too ghetto. She's supposed to be in the legal field too. If she's in the legal field, she's supposed to know this. But I know she's not. Girl lying.
Me first. So that happened to me. And child support started coming in. I started, figuring out that there were more lies that had been told to me more than once. Women continue to keep bothering me on social media about him, letting me know that he a dog ass nigga, he ain't shit. How could you marry a man like this? And it was embarrassing. It was humiliating, very much so. He never really contacted me about the child until it was like the baby's birthday or something like that. It wasn't no regular, hey, how is he doing? Nothing like that. What I did when he left out of that house and when everything had kind of settled down, I made me a prayer closet. And I went in and I worshiped God every morning at 5 o'clock before I got my kids up to go to school. Because now at that point, I was the single mom. I worshiped God. I allowed God to love on me. I told God that, I know that you had better for me. I just simply couldn't wait. And because of this is where I'm at. I reached out to a few family members. I asked them like, hey, financially, I'm struggling. Can you help? Some people did, some people couldn't. And it's okay because I built that bed and I had to sleep in it. But there were times where I was basically in the negative and didn't even care that they were going to charge $36 because I was making the transaction, but my babies had to eat, man. And as I look back now, I regret the relationship. I regret letting it get that far. But in all, I love my baby. He is special for real. He really is. That was the best thing that could have ever came out of that relationship. The best thing. Guys, before I get to part 21, I want to share an informational video regarding child support and the Step Up program here in Texas. I'm not sure if...
Oh, Lord, you didn't have to do all this, because I'm pretty sure people already know about this, but go ahead.
Other states have this, but if you are in Houston, Texas, and if you have been listening to my story and you have experienced the same thing that I've experienced, whether it is with your son's father or with your husband, and you are thinking about putting him on child support, but you are afraid or have some safety concerns when it comes to your the other parent, there is a thing called the Step Up program that I am on with my son's father, ex-husband, if you will. I hate saying that, but what it is that since my son was so young when me and his father separated, the Step Up program allows the non-custodial parent to have supervised visitations with anyone that the custodial parent chooses. It could be a family member, it could be them, like the custodial parent, or it can be someone, I believe, of a court. But they will have supervised visitations for up to 2 years. And if they complete all of the supervised visitations, that is when they will have a lone visitation with their child, but it is like a ladder. It's a step up, meaning that it will be like one night overnight, like on a Saturday, and then he would have to come back home. He would have to do that for 2 or 3 months. So if you don't start the Step Up program, it's one of those things where if you start it and you stop, you have to start all over again. So he did one visitation supervised with me at Chuck E. Cheese with our kid, maybe 3 or 4 months after he moved out. And he did not do the full 4 hours. So his time goes back again. So he has never abided by it because he doesn't contact me about his kid unless it's his birthday and he wants pictures so that he can post it on his social media and say how big of a big boy he has now that he doesn't see. So I just wanted to make this video as an informational video for a woman that may have that situation going on and they needed that assistance.
All right, so me being a social worker for the state of Texas. All right, I'm gonna disclose it because this is what I do. All right, so let me clarify this for y'all about the Step Up program. Part of what she's saying is absolutely true. The Step Up program is for domestic violence situations, but the one way for that to happen is that that woman had to declare that she was in a domestic violence situation. Now, this is something that, even by me being a social worker, this is something that I totally hate about Texas. All right, the state of Texas will do things based on a truth system of well, what's another word? It's another word for it. Not truth system, but whatever it is, it's based on your good faith. Yeah, they do it based on good faith. Okay. In these type of situations, they do it based on good faith. So if a woman were to come in and say that, hey, this is the situation to the to the Texas Office of Attorney General, right? By good faith, they're going to automatically believe that woman. And by good faith, they're going to go ahead and start processing the client to be a part of this program, and also process the client to put this dude on child support. The reason why I'm also clarifying this is because what this dude, Jared, should have did was that the moment when the Texas Office of Attorney General was sending him correspondence to respond to them to show up for a hearing about this matter, because that's what they do. They going to set you up for a hearing, okay? What he should have did is he should have showed up to them hearings of this matter, and he should have set in motion. He should have set in motion whatever the situation that was happening between her. That's why I said in the other parts, right, that the moment where she physically assaulted him, not once but twice, right, he should have set up a police report, right, filed that police report and presented that. If he represented that to the Office of Attorney General that she was the aggressor, then guess who would be on this Step Up program? Not him, but her. Because she is the one who is unsafe for not only him, but for their child. It is her. So he should have did that. He should have went on and did all this stuff, because by her telling me that lets me know that he does let her do whatever. Wrong thing to do. He should not have did that at all. And that's something. So that's another thing that I hate that, especially us as black men, we do when it comes to legal matters. Instead of us stepping up and learning the system and learning how the way the system operate and stuff, right? We sit up here and punk out and just let these women do any old kind of things, especially with the office of attorney general. Don't do that. Man, you're listening to me right now. Do not do that. Do not allow these women to use this system against you. Learn your laws and learn your laws that protect you as being a father. Okay. This dude could have very easily obtained not only standard visitation, he could have actually been a custodial parent, and she could have been a non-custodial parent if he had played it the way he needed to, but he didn't, according to her story, allegedly. All right. So I just wanted to clarify that on her because that's part of the social work that I do. So I want to clarify that part. So she trying to make it seem like it's the women and victim. No, women. No, we're not gonna play that game. We're not gonna play that game. But final episode, y'all. Finally,
Part 21: The Lies He Told. After he was placed on child support and after it actively started to come in, I was able to take care of daycare for my kid and everything like that. I eventually moved back to the Cypress area, and I let the house go because I filed bankruptcy and I put the house in through bankruptcy. And yes, if you are renting, you can do that. I don't know if y'all know much about bankruptcy, but you can do that. I had to file bankruptcy because of the repossession. My credit was suffering. My finances were suffering. I had got into a whole lot of debt dealing with Jared, and it was mainly
yeah. By the way, I think she's talking about chapter 4 bankruptcy. All right. So basically, what it is that once we declare bankruptcy, it's gonna put a seize on them trying to liquidate her assets. We remember what I said earlier about community property, right? It's kind of in the same concept where the bank or the IRS is not going to try to liquidate her assets or try to seize her assets, okay, that she owed. So that's why she did that.
Because I wanted to be that wife. I wanted to be supportive of him. And I did make a lot of dumb decisions and a lot of unnecessary transactions because of him. Once again, I cannot stress this enough that I am fully to blame for that relationship. It should have never happened. But once again, this is an awareness thing for me. And I'm able to get this out because I hope that it reaches somebody. I did not get harassed a whole lot when we separated.
Actually, throughout this whole course of the relationship, this dude never harassed her at all. He never harassed this woman, but she was the aggressor the whole entire time.
I filed for divorce in April of 2022. And I filled out a paper that stated that I could not afford the divorce. The first hearing that we had, he did not show up. The judge was gracious and said, hey, send him a text message and let him know that he will be held in contempt of court if he does not show up. I sent him a message, and at that point, I was no longer texting him from my number. I would only use a Google Voice number to communicate with him. I did not want him to have any access to me. The child support order allowed us to talk through an app when it comes down to the child. You can FaceTime in that app. You can call in that app. You can text.
Yeah, that app is part of the program that she's talking about. So yeah, I know about that. But I didn't know that you could do Google Voice. You could send text messages like that. That's new to me, but.
In that app, he never would use that app, and it tells you when the last time that person was seen on the app. He definitely doesn't log in. So I sent him a message to his number, the number that I had for him, because he would continuously change numbers. And I told him, I said, hey, we had court today for the divorce. I know you were served. I had them serve you at your Manny house, but I knew you were served. And it's, if you don't come to the next hearing, the court stated that you will be held in contempt. And I don't really think that you want that for yourself. He responded back and he said, I didn't get any paperwork or anything about a divorce. I said, Jared, you signed the divorce decree. DocuSign. Still lying. I said, but it's okay. It's cool. No problem. I said, but I'll email you the divorce decree that you signed that should be in your email. But I'll email it to you. And I did. And I did reiterate on the email that if you do not show up, you will be held in contempt. The next hearing, of course, he did not show up. He told me he was coming, but he did not. It was a default divorce. I was granted everything in the divorce decree. And he is responsible for paying for the divorce, not me. It came out to like maybe $493 because of court costs and everything like that. And I look on there often to see if he has made payment. He has not. That happened almost 2 years ago, so he has not.
So why are you still checking for that?
After the divorce happened, and when I went ahead and did the whole bankruptcy thing, I moved on back over here to this side of town. And I've been staying over here since then. You guys may care, y'all may not care, but the baby will be 4 in October. He is vibrant. He is beautiful. People love him. People cherish him because he is special. And he does not contact me about this child. And this is his only baby that I know of. And it's sad. But that boy is going to grow up and he is going to know how strong his mama was for him. Because I did a lot to try and keep his father in his life. And it didn't work. It just didn't work. So, this does end the series of the lies he told. Thank you for watching. I encourage you, if you have a story to tell, tell it. It is therapeutic for me. I feel a relief. I feel like a weight has been lifted. I feel like I have helped someone. The tears that I have cried, they are real. Because y'all, I have not cried about this since I got that divorce. Because the day I got that divorce, it was go time, baby. I was at 5 Central. I was at Prospect. I was gone. And y'all, one of my best friends, Kim, she in them comments, we saw Jared as a manager at Prospect Park. He had changed jobs again. And I could not figure out where he was working at because, the child support had cut off. Bet we saw him at Prospect. And now he just stays within that type of company. So guess what? Everywhere he go, I be knowing. If you do know who Jared is in real life, I'm being serious. Leave him alone. Jared has suffered enough in life. He really has. And I know for a fact that he's not doing too well. Mentally, emotionally, he's not doing too well. So now, since this series is over, what I will do is I'll go back and address some of the comments. I'll probably be making other videos about them. I just want to clear up some things if people do have questions. I will answer things. I'm not going to answer anything stupid. I got the comments to where I view them before they go on my page. So if you done said something snotty or stupid, it's not going to show. I don't care. Get a life.
Yeah. Anytime where people go against what they're talking about, they'll immediately block them. And that lets you know right off the bat how disingenuous they are. Because Risa did the same thing on her page, and I noticed that too on her TikTok. She set up her block out people comments who literally challenge her story. But just like I say, they do that because they're being disingenuous. They're not being 100% truthful and honest. They're simply fabricating the story so they could look good, so they could look like they the victim and then overcome a obstacle.
But I really do appreciate it. I love you guys. I want y'all to stay humble. And guess what? I got another story to tell, but I don't know when I'm going to tell it yet. Bye, y'all.
All right, so this concludes this series of the lies he told. Just like I say, y'all, I'm going to change this title up to the lies she is telling. To be honest with y'all, because but overall, the overall series it was pretty interesting. To say at least, a lot of women gravitated towards this because it deals with a lot of mess. You know what I'm saying? And for some strange reason, this generation right now that we're living in, they love this messy type of drama. Ever since they created these reality TV shows and all stuff, that these women they just gravitate towards stuff like this. They do. And so once again, I was looking at the chat and stuff, and they're agreeing with her again. They looked over the fact that she was being abusive to this dude, and matter of fact, they said that he deserved it. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy stuff. But here's my overall perspective about this particular series. All right. I'm gonna start off by saying this, that I do agree with her with a certain point. I do agree with her that at the end of the day, she had made a lot of bad choices and bad decisions. I agree with her on that, but I'm not agreeing with her on that on the point of saying that she's the victim in the situation. I'm only agreeing with that is because she chose for this whole entire situation to happen. She did. Just like I pointed out recently in her situation, I'm gonna say the same exact thing with Jillian in her situation. She had plenty of opportunities to end this relationship, but she chose not to. The reason why she chose not to is because that man was taking care of her. That man was doing the things that she didn't want to do. She didn't want to be a grown adult and take care of her responsibility, which is taking care of her bills and her household. It's sad that by looking at these two series, that the one real reason why women these days want to be married is because they want to do to pay their bills for them. They want to do to fully and absolutely take care of everything, while on the other hand, they could still be independent, they could still work, they could still have a hot girl summer, they could still do all this promiscuous stuff, they could still be disrespectful, they could still be disingenuous. It's almost as though they want to have their cake and eat it too. And that's sad. You know, after seeing these two stories, I can honestly understand why the spaces like the red pill and the manosphere exist the way it is right now. I can honestly understand it. There are a lot of things that the red pill community that I agree with. There are things that the manosphere community I agree with. There are things in the red pill and the manosphere community that I absolutely do not agree with at all. Period. But at the end of the day, I can understand the why behind it, and the why is because of these type of behaviors, so these type of modern day women right now. Now, whenever I mention about modern day women, I am talking about these certain type of archetype of women that resemble this behavior. I'm not talking about every woman, because not every woman resembles this modern day feminist, toxic, hyena type behavior. Not all of them are like that. But these one who are out here, that's the one who I'm talking about. Both of these stories that we're seeing, this story that we reviewed today and the one reviewed last week, both of them were modern day feminist, hyena type of behavior. Sure is. They're both of them want to mention and say that they took accountability for their behavior, but they didn't. They're not taking accountability for that. They're not. Their way of thinking that they take accountability is for them to go on social media and put their business out on the street, so they could recruit like-minded, modern-day, masculine type of women to agree with their behavior, like what's happening right now. There's a way to take accountability. Their way of taking accountability, as they say, exposing these type of dudes. Now, one of the things that I am going to say too, there's like I said with Risa, and I'm saying with Jillian's situation too, is that they both dated beta male simps. Absolutely, they did. Both of these dudes was beta males like ain't nothing. Both of these dudes were weak as hell, especially Jillian's husband. That Jill's husband, that dude there. Nowhere in the hell a real man would have never allowed a woman to physically assault him, not once but twice. Nowhere in the hell would a man would allow a woman to go up to his place of employment and cause that dude to get fired at his place of employment. Nowhere in hell would that dude would allow this woman to manipulate even her family to come and harass him at his place of employment. Nowhere in the hell. Nowhere in the hell would a real man would sit up here and not show up for the court dates and allow for that divorce to be uncontested, and whatever's on that divorce decree, you got to abide by it. So she could put any old damn thing on the divorce decree, but you didn't show up. You didn't lawyer up, or you didn't show up. So now you sit up here dealing with this the step up visitation with that should have never happened. If he had step up and be a man and filed a restraining order and all this stuff on her, she would never have got custody of that kid, period. If he did what he was supposed to be doing as a man. Because still, at the end of the day, a man's sacred responsibility is to provide and protect, period. Providing protection doesn't just mean doing that with just women. Providing and protecting also means providing and protecting your seed as well too. But he had failed on that part. Absolutely failed on that part. And I'm utterly disappointed for one man to another. I'm utterly disappointed that he didn't take care of his responsibility and handle that situation that he needed to handle it. Because just like I say, I am a man, and I do social work for over 12 years, and I know the system very well, especially in the state of Texas. And I know that if he would have went and fought, I guarantee that them courts would have granted him full custody over that child and made her the what's called a parent. Guarantee that. Guarantee she probably would be in the one on child support. Guarantee that. If he had did his due diligence and proved to the court that he never was the aggressor in this relationship, but she was the whole entire time. She was the aggressor. She the one who was doing that. She the one who was looking in his phone. She the one who was causing him to have all these behaviors. All because he did a simple white lie. All because he wasn't following her narrative. So once again, this story is the same as Risa's story, where I say Risa was the villain, Jill is the villain as well too. The only difference between the two is that Risa was a sociopath, and this woman here, Jillian, is a psychopath. For real. Because only psychopaths would be that so aggressive where they'll literally attack their victim. A psychopath would do everything that she did, call up to this dude's job and try to get him fired from his job. That's what psychopaths would do. A psychopath would do things so harmful where they would literally try to end that dude's life. That's what psychopaths do. And that's exactly what Jill is, a psychopath in a situation. She was the aggressor, she was controlling and all that stuff. and all that, and all the only thing that dude did wrong was lying. And that was it. And it wasn't even like some major lies, to be honest with you, to be really honest. He lied. So what? He lied about his mom not being a doctor. Who cares? So the fuck what? Who cares? And that is not that serious. So he lied about some other simple things. Who cares? That's not that serious. That's something that you could work around. A person could change from being a liar at any given time, where they can learn from the errors of their ways and move on. But it takes time for behavior to change like how the way she is. It takes time for a psychopath like her to learn the errors of their way, because obviously she believed that it's nothing wrong with her when it is. She got a mental disorder for real. She really do. And now she's sitting up here saying that allegedly it seemed like she probably did enter into a new relationship based on how the way she Easter egg in this. So we'll see. But other than that, that is my perspective on this video as well too. And just like I say, on this channel, I see from both point of views, from the man point of view and from the woman point of view. And just like I say, absolutely that dude that was a beta male, she is the aggressor and all this stuff. It is what it is. It is what it is. But that's how the way I see this situation. So y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about my overall perspective about this series. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? By all means, put it in the comment. And unlike Jillian and unlike Risa, I don't block people comments. I don't care. I welcome it. If you disagree with me, I don't care. I'm not going to block your comment. Put it in how the way you feel about it. As long as you're not cyberbullying, that's my only exception to the rule. If you're cyberbullying, that's different, because y'all got to abide by the YouTube community guidelines and standards. And I'll reinforce that. That's the only exception to the rule. But other than that, if you're just giving me your actual opinion about something and you're disagreeing about it, I don't care. I'm going to leave it there. Hell, I will even comment back on it. In most cases, people disagree. I come in right back on there and had a conversation. That's the difference between me and them, is that I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if people agree with me or not. But other than that, appreciate y'all tuning in to this particular episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment about this. And also, I'm going to put the whole playlist on my community wall where you can see this from the entirety, from beginning to end. All right. So thank y'all so much for tuning in, and y'all have a great day. And I'll see y'all again on the next episode. Peace out, y'all.